fighter and the kids. T-Fat K, put a Z on the end. Brendan, Malik, and Shapel, everybody going in. Wake up early in the morning, press play and let's get it in. Cause we rockin' with the fighter and he rollin' with the kids. Fighter and the kids, fighter and the kids, fighter and the kids.
Yeah!
We're back.
Hey, my girl and I started that show.
Oh, you're talking about couples therapy?
Couples therapy.
Isn't it great when your friends put you on good shows?
Yes, this is good.
Yeah, it's good.
It's not a reality show. It's like a documentary, like
Series.
docu-series.
10-part series.
10-part series.
Follows several couples through their like therapy. Some of them off the bat, I'm like, just separate.
Yeah, some off the bat, you're like, yo.
Okay.
If they don't have kids, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? Bro, that one dude is so, the black couple.
Oh, the guy who sells
husband
insurance?
He's great. He's great.
He's great. He starts laughing.
Bro, yeah, he's
all because they go
laughing and crying.
No, he's not crying because they go because she's real mean all the time, I guess.
Mean,
and he's like I'll be good. He's like I help everything out for like 6 days, and Sunday comes, I do one thing, I'll take out the trash. He's like, she's just mean to me.
Yeah,
and then the therapist is like, well, what if on that 7th day you tried and didn't mess up? And he goes. Dude, he laughs like belly laugh, and he goes, "Oh, that's a good one." He goes, "Nah, man, she like this no matter what."
Bro, she is because like he goes.
That's the Puerto Rican girl, right?
I don't know if she's Puerto Rican, but yeah, I think so. Yeah,
she's the one that got punched in the face.
Yeah. But he was like, he goes, "I'm at work. She'll call. I don't answer. She'll call again. She'll call again, and then next thing you know, I get a text message." And then she goes, you know what? All these CEOs, they'll answer their wives' calls. He goes, I'm not a CEO.
Yeah, he goes, I want to be.
I want to be, but I'm not a CEO.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm just fucking regular.
Yeah. Dude, how about the lesbian couple with the transgender?
Yes,
and
the lesbian couple.
Lesbian, yeah.
Lesbian couple.
Super interesting.
Bro, they are pretty interesting.
Because I don't know anything about their world. So when they fight, just like any other couple, and the one had bottom surgery, and she was a man.
Was a
full-blown woman.
Yeah,
but she's the
guy,
the earner. She makes all the money.
Okay. Yeah,
and so that girl on the left thinks she holds it over her head.
Yes,
it's so interesting.
And the girl on the left wants to have a baby.
Yeah.
But homegirl, the
girl on the left want to have a baby in the yellow.
And transgendered is saying like she just transitioned. She's new to transitioning, and she goes, "I don't know if I'm ready to be a mom yet."
She's like, I'm just figuring shit out.
And so she thinks she's being selfish. Yeah. Which I'm like, all right, hey, ease the fuck up. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I'm with homegirl on the right.
Yeah, I'm with the trans. Yeah, I'm with homegirl on the right
because she's a new mom.
Yeah, I get that. That's pretty logical. It's like, hey, I just transitioned.
She's like, chill.
And, it's like, chill.
How good is that therapist?
The therapist dope. And here's the dope thing about the therapist. She goes to a therapist.
And they show her talking to her therapist.
What?
Yeah, she goes to like the head honcho.
But it makes so much sense because to be able to deal with the shit that she has to
deal with. You need to
with,
release your problems.
She's got to release.
Well, she has to talk to somebody. And this lady's been doing it longer than her.
And so that lady
she'll be like, I just feel like I have so much power over these people and it's draining.
Yes. Damn. Oh man, there's this one couple, the guy that he wants to have sex every day.
He has a problem.
I think he's like, I need it.
He goes, I don't see a problem with it. He goes, I want to have sex every day. I mean, we eat, we drink, we sleep, and I want sex every day. That's just normal to do that.
From the same girl?
Oh yeah.
Bro, she tried to surprise him with some dope sex, like fun,
for
set up and everything for his birthday. And he was mad about it.
Why?
Because he was like, well, it's only for my birthday. Why can't this be all the time? Yeah. And it's like, this fucking asshole.
He's difficult.
Ungrateful.
He's kind of difficult. He's smart, he's so smart.
Yeah.
That's the thing about it.
Him and the therapist will go back and forth, and he kind of sticks it to her. And then before they go in, she's like, "Will you please be nice?" He's like, "I'll try."
Yeah.
I love him.
That's me, my girl. That's me, my girl. Before we go anywhere, my girl's like, "Will you please be cool?" I'm like, "I'm fucking trying, man." Someone says something stupid, I can't help but jump in.
Think I'm gonna do?
I can't hold my tongue now.
She's like, "We're at my family's dinner.
Yeah.
No roasting."
Oh, dude, what about the other couple? There's like a third couple. I think Mexican couple.
Yeah, probably Jamaican and Puerto Rican out there in New York.
Oh, they're out in New York?
Not Mexican.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, you feel me. You feel me.
What just happened?
With them, because I was he's completely... Yeah, he's got
the bottom left.
But that couple, the one with the guy, the one New York
with their
hat.
eyes closed,
the New York hat
with the girl in the yellow shirt, right?
No,
yeah. Yeah, right there. That's
Yeah,
them.
them.
They
I
break
guess-
up. Spoiler, but they
Spoiler, they
It's
do.
not. It's not a spoiler because they announced in the first episode.
In the
they
first
go,
episode.
they broke up, so it shows their last
then
day
it
of
goes-
therapy, and then it
yeah.
backtracks.
But one of her things was because
long have they been
he
together?
he works in fashion, right? Okay, here's the thing. Boom.
Doesn't
boom.
look like it, but he does.
Yeah, he works.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
I
about
guess
to
he
say, I
works.
couldn't tell.
He works in fashion.
Okay.
And I know with the fucking blue V-neck.
Yeah.
Well, that's big in New York though.
Okay, but he works in fashion. He works around a lot of women.
Yeah.
Right. And so sometimes, like after work, they'll go have an outing.
So like Dapper Dan.
Yeah, and she don't fuck with that. Because
She doesn't want to go anywhere.
She don't want to go anywhere.
Does he invite her?
No, it's just like he's just with his coworkers. It's like
Yeah, like
it's
work, like
if
we
we
cheat.
if we,
If we go in and got food after this,
Yeah.
like
that's what he's doing.
Got you.
And
Okay.
she doesn't.
It's predominantly women around him.
Yeah, because
Okay.
he's in fashion, and she
Gotcha.
doesn't trust him or whatever.
Okay.
Do,
And so
do you and your girl watch it and like you can pick up tips like how you can
Oh
help yours?
yeah, dude, it's
Like I
so
look at my
funny.
girl, like a guy say something, I'm like preach. My girl,
Well, he
let's say
said,
something, I'm like preach.
it's like okay. The thing about me is like,
Yeah.
I was in cheerleading.
I got you.
I have so many friends that are women.
Yeah.
Like literally, there was times I was the only dude on the fucking team.
I would
that
hope
makes
so.
sense though.
Yeah,
like,
you
know
I was
what I
on
mean?
the football team.
So-
I have a lot of male friends.
Exactly. So that's just my world. So I talk to so many of them. There's a lot of my friends.
And they're all
You know?
baddies, to be fair.
And yes, they
It'd
are.
help if they're all trolls.
Yeah, if they're all trolls. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, go fucking
But
hang
they're
out
all
with
like
her.
super bad.
But they're all
man.
super bad.
Yeah.
So it's like tough. So I have to explain every girl to, and I don't mind doing it. It's like I get it.
She trusts you though.
Yeah,
It's
she
not like,
trusts me though. But like if she was to act like homegirl right
you
there,
guys wouldn't make it.
we wouldn't make it. I'd go fucking crazy.
wouldn't
But
make
I don't like that's where I find the compromise of just explaining like, oh, this is such and such history.
I know her from
Here's the
this.
history of this.
Yeah.
Because I'm always like, it would have fucking happened already.
Yep.
Yeah. Knowing you right now, hell yeah.
Yeah, it would have fucking happened.
Yeah.
It would have happened. You know what I mean? But it didn't. But like, I don't know. It's just, and I get it. Like most straight dudes aren't just like strictly friends with like a bunch of women.
It'd be tough.
It'd be tough. Especially
I have a
baddies.
couple. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a
Especially
couple.
bad.
The limit should be 3.
Man,
I
I
don't know if
got
there's a
like
limit. He has like 50
Yeah.
Damn, that Chappelle's a unicorn.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like a straight guy because you was in cheerleading.
But
regular guy.
that's just what my world was for fucking 12 years.
And now he's getting in shape.
Yeah, y'all
He's
looking
showing
good.
like guns. Dog.
Yeah.
Looking good. Bro. We worked out 2 days in a row.
Dude, 2 days in a row. Brought Mark Harley with us.
Yeah. He's basically our trainer, huh?
I know, right? Yeah.
He just formed in our trainer.
Yeah.
It's weird because we get there early in the morning and be like, what do you guys think about doing? We're like, I don't know. What do you want to do?
Yeah,
And he'll be
he's
like,
like-
I think.
Yeah.
And that's basically writes the workout.
And then y'all just follow it.
Yeah. He's a beast.
He's a dude. He is strong as
Now
fuck.
he was now.
Chappelle hit 225.
I know.
Easily.
I hit 225
Yep.
as well.
Yep.
Yeah. A lot
He
of,
did.
keep looking at that. And by the way, 190.
It- 190?
Yeah, 190.
You sure?
Jay doesn't believe it.
Jay didn't believe I can hit.
Wait, because
225.
you were 185.
I was 185
on
was
the
in
scale.
Tampa. Yep.
Oh, yeah, 5 pounds.
Yeah, 5 pounds. I believe that.
But why was Jay saying 20? In the group chat, Jay's like, I find it hard to believe you gained 20 pounds in a month.
Well, because January when I start this fitness journey, I was 153.
Oh, yeah, I think you're lying too now.
What?
You're 153, you're 190 now?
Yeah, in January.
No.
in January?
You put on 40 pounds in 2 months?
Bro, well, listen, I gained weight.
Oh,
fast.
I can't wait.
Until our guests get here.
No, yeah. Because
can't
he's going to
wait.
be like, what?
Okay.
Bradley's going to be like, no, dude.
Bro, I was
trying to follow you.
Even if you're on gear, running like heavy amounts of gear, it'd be damn near literally
We
impossible
saw
to
the
put on
scale.
40
Malik.
We
I
saw
know.
the scale.
I don't think you start off at 153.
Yeah, you
That's
I
the thing.
was so skinny, bro.
Yeah, you're 180.
Malik,
That's fine.
I wasn't
You put on
180.
10.
You was 170.
I was-
I would give
I
him
wasn't-
I would give him 170.
I was
Nah,
not
you put
170.
on 10.
Okay, all right.
You put on 10.
I'm trying to tell you. Hold on, let me see. Cause God damn it,
153, man?
153, bro. I'm an ectomorph. You all that teasing and stuff like that. You're not a 170 ectomorph. I was 153. You saw me.
I can't wait for Bradley to sit down there, and
Yeah.
you guys are gonna look like the number 0
Number
1.
10?
No. It'd be 10 if you're sitting here. You look like 0 1, like a race car.
Are you serious?
0 1. He's jacked.
He is. He told me
Yeah.
a story how y'all was lifting.
Oh, we'll talk about it when he gets
Okay,
here.
we'll talk about
okay,
what he gets.
okay. But yeah, 40 pounds. Yeah, 40
listen,
pounds.
listen. I want to believe you,
Bro,
Help
No,
you-
I've been to game too
I
long.
want to believe you.
That never happened.
Listen, I love you to death,
Literally
bro.
impossible.
You my ride or die,
Dude,
Bro,
them
but how?
big bitches on 600 pounds lives don't gain 40 pounds. The big fat one put on 30 in like 6 months.
so wait,
and she was all sad. She got on the scale. She got on the scale talking to the doctor.
Yeah, that is fucked up. It is.
She gave 30. She was like, oh.
He was like, how's the diet been going? She's like, really good. You know, I've been sick. You know, he's like, let's get you on the scale. She put on 30. He's all, ooh. That poor doctor. He's all,
Got a lump in his throat.
Just fucking.
oh, you know what else? I'm on episode 2 of the Tekashi doc. It's so much better than that Hulu one. That Showtime Tekashi doc.
Bro, the
is so
Hulu.
much
The
good.
best thing about the Hulu one is when he made the music video of him.
They show that.
They show
And
that
they also show him getting head too in the Showtime one.
Oh, they showed it.
Yeah, they show that.
in a music video.
Yeah. Because he was doing wild shit just to gain traction. So he was doing that, posted DDT, posted bitches, all the stuff. But then what the funniest part about on episode 2, it shows how he was getting involved in Treyway, and then the real Treyway gangster, I forget his name, launched the record company, right? And then he assigned other gang members, like his manager, stuff like that. Well, that manager started feeling himself because he was like in all the videos.
I know the bald head guy.
Yeah, he was like on the videos and then took control.
Yep.
Then he stopped, like he got Tekashi away from the original Treyway.
Shoddy, right?
Yeah,
Him,
Shoddy.
yeah.
Got him.
That was in jail, right?
Yeah, he was in jail.
told me.
Yeah, so he got him out of the contract with the original Treyway, started his own Treyway productions. And it's funny to watch these hardcore Treyway gangsters. I'm like, yeah, man, it's just not cool, man. Like he's like, you know, it's just
like what he did.
They're hurt. Yeah, they're like
hurt.
Yeah, they're like straight. Like it's just not the way we operate.
So
man.
Tekashi wasn't in the gang at first. It wasn't until he started
he was
rapping.
co-signed. No, when he was in the gang at first,
But
and then
before
the leader, one of the leaders, Treyway, got out of prison. Was like, I'm going to launch a record company, and then met Tekashi. And then when he met Tekashi, they kind of they brought him in as their own. Like he was basically Treyway because he was fucking with us, and I brought him to my mom's house.
Yeah,
but it's funny to watch. Like you always think gangsters don't mess around like real people, but they do, man. Yeah. He's like, yeah, I brought him to my mom's house, man. Yeah, you're like all this. You feel bad for these gangsters.
Yeah,
he's like,
Because they putting time in that.
yeah,
put time in that.
They're like, he shared bread with my mom, man. Yeah, they're like sad about it.
Shit, I'm sad. You remember?
Oh, they also showed the actual video. Remember when he gets kidnapped in the car?
Yeah.
They have video from the limo, the actual car he gets kidnapped in.
I remember because they showed that in the
in the Hulu.
in the Hulu.
doc.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The actual, the video. The guys driving.
It wasn't.
This is the actual video of them driving.
Oh, what's up?
What's up, dog?
hey,
Oh, damn, dog.
Oh, damn.
Gifts?
It just got a lot more meteor in here.
You can put it anywhere.
Yeah, you can set outside.
Damn, we got
Bro, hold on, man. Let me.
You know I'm ready for that.
I gave him your size, dog.
You gave myself. Okay.
They ain't gonna fit, but I gave him your size.
What'd you get? What'd you tell him I was?
Yeah.
Double X top, XL bottom.
Oh, damn, bro.
But they're big. They're made for thickies.
Your James Harden jersey came in. Are you still double X?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I gotta get it to you. No problem. Yeah.
It's the black one?
black one,
Holy
yeah.
shit, that
Yeah.
took forever.
Yeah, it took forever, but shit, it came.
Oh no! Didn't it originally say it was gonna come in March?
Yeah, I totally forgot about
You
it.
forgot about that. Yeah, it dropped.
I forgot about it.
I forgot about it.
I got a good memory.
Yeah, I forgot. I was like, oh shit, this is Brenda's.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
You're
dope.
like, why the fuck did I get a
Double X. I was like, oh shit, it reminded me of that dumbass bet.
What was the bet?
I forget that.
You can't even remember the bet.
the Super Bowl, right?
Super
The
Bowl.
New Orleans Saints.
No, Saints. Yeah, that one.
Oh okay, yeah.
Well,
you were like-
because the original, the Irving old school one was for the bet on
The
boxing.
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia
Ryan
fight.
Garcia. Yeah. And then this
and this
one
was for the Saints didn't go to the Super Bowl.
and you know I hated this thing. I don't know why
I
you
feel bad for you.
Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, bro, I'm happy about this.
That's good.
So like,
You seem like you're doing good. You get to 190.
190, bro. Yeah, 10 pounds away. And
When Bradley sits down, I want you to tell him you've put on 40 pounds in
I'm
2
gonna tell him
hours.
right now.
Come on in, dog.
What
right
up,
here,
Bradley,
brother.
man?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're right here, man.
Compound.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah.
What's up, big dog?
See?
How you
Good to
doing?
see you, brother. As always.
Missed you at the gym this morning.
Yeah.
We were there bright and early.
Is this my mic?
Yeah, that's you.
that's
It's
you.
all you.
This place is crazy.
Today's episode with Bradley Martyn is brought to you by the Kratom experts at Super Speciosa. That's right. You know your boy here's always Kratom up. And you might want to try Kratom, but it's the Wild West out there. You got to trust your source. You need proper, pure Kratom. That's why I only take Super Speciosa, because unlike other guys, Super Speciosa keeps their Kratom the way nature intended. and it is pure, man, and you can trust it. All right. I take it for every podcast, stand up, working out. I love this stuff. I swear by it. And now is the time for you to try it because you can trust Super Specioso. All right. Also, you can save 20% off. So go to getsuperleaf.com/fighter. That's getsuperleaf.com/fighter. Promo code fighter for 20% off. That's getsuperleaf.com, promo code fighter.
It's all you.
This place is crazy.
This is the
Wow. I'm really impressed.
Thanks,
You
man.
guys are doing it for real.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But you guys have a little podcast area too, right? In
Yeah, I had
there?
one in the gym, but I stopped doing the podcast. I do them at my house now. I haven't done them consistently for some time, so I'm a little bit ashamed of myself.
Yeah, you gotta be consistent. Well, you're putting out YouTube videos though.
Yeah, like
You kind of dominate that YouTube world.
yeah, I've been doing YouTube stuff for years now, but this honestly is one of my favorite mediums for sure.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I think it's the
Absolutely love
best,
it.
man. 'Cause you
I
like-
think, yeah, I don't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, you learn the most about people, like because everyone like we all like for example, I do things, like I work out. Everyone does a thing.
Yeah.
But this is the kind of like spot where you really get to know someone.
Correct.
And I think that's where
100%.
you really develop a real connection with people.
Yeah, I think. So for the listeners, I think just to kick it off, I think I'm so grateful for you because, I grew up in football and fighting stuff like that, and I've been in gyms all my life. And then, my uncle was Mr. Universe. I grew up in Venice in the summers as a kid, so Gold's was my
shit.
mecca. Yeah, man. So my aunt was Mrs. Universe. So like, I love that bodybuilding world and like working out, and that was my thing since I was 6 to my mid-20s. And then, I retired and I was just like, man, I've been doing that all my life. Like, I gotta find something else. So then I got into biking. So I've been biking a ton. And then I'd hit up my trainer at Boxmore in Santa Monica, would hit mitts and do like a circuit workout.
Yeah.
And even that, I was like, God, I'm so fucking over this, man. I'm just gonna keep riding my bike. But I wasn't getting that great of shape. Like, I like to be, kind of fit. And then Shapel was like, hey, man, people keep hitting me up saying there's this gym in Woodland Hills, which is, my stomping grounds.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I would know about it. He's like, no, I'm telling you, dude. Someone said you
Yeah.
need to go up there. And I go, well, send me the name of it. It's Zoo Gym. And I'm like, Zoo Culture.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And then, I don't see stuff on social media. So I go, hey, look up the profile Chappelle sent to me. He sent to me like, that's in Woodland Hills? He's like, yeah, dog. And they're open during the pandemic. I'm like, where the fuck? So then I see you as the owner. I go on YouTube. And then originally I'm like, is he like one of those, what you meet some guys, you're like, is he one of those guys who seems like cool, has shit together, and you meet him like a total tool? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so heartbreaking. Like when you see people on
he's so
camera,
handsome.
then you meet them and you're like, I don't know, you could just be a dick. And so I get
Literally our conversation.
It's our conversation. So I get to the gym and they're like, bro, take your mask off. What are you doing? I was like, really? No, you take what the fuck you doing? So then the guy at the front, and then you come around, and I'm like, oh shit, that's the owner there. And you and I start talking. I'm like, he's a down ass dude.
Yeah, I
man.
felt like
He's
I was
a cool
talking to
ass dude.
myself.
Yeah, you and I were just like, going back. We vibe right away, and I was like, oh, this is my home. I came home, man.
You know what's crazy too, man? I'm working on buying a warehouse right around the corner. Like a crazy big warehouse, like 30,000 square feet. And I'm going to make the gym crazy.
You're making it even bigger.
Yeah. So the gym that I'm in now is 7,500 square feet. The warehouse that we're looking at is 30,000.
Shit.
But here's what's crazy is you could definitely use the space because
Yeah.
like on certain days you go in there and it's packed.
Yeah.
Pop it.
Yeah. It's definitely
Everybody,
I mean,
we joke about it. Everybody in shape. Like me and him are the ugliest people in the gym.
Yeah.
And that's
for sure.
and I've accepted that.
I'm-
And you know what? It motivates me.
It really does. Real talk. Like being
Yeah.
in that gym, and the difference of like other gyms that I've been to.
Yeah.
There's just something about the energy in zoo culture where I'm like, man, I feel
Yeah.
it. I want to like do it. It makes me want to do it because I don't come from weightlifting where I was a competitive cheerleader. Like that's what I did.
Yeah.
And but can't cheer forever. So once I quit, I needed to find something. And I would just go to these gyms, but it wasn't like, it just didn't hit right.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like this is the first time I've ever felt where I've gone to a gym and it like hit right.
Like some dude had a shirt off to like two guys had their shirt offs today and I'm like, fuck. I look
Do
at
y'all
Chappelle.
work out with y'all shirts on?
Hell
No, I looked at Chappelle when they
I don't even take my shirt off.
when they had their shirt, you don't want to take a shirt off. You don't want to take. They'd be like, "Is this Make a Wish? Does he have cancer, dude?"
He needs to
He said need some milk.
Yeah. Is he malnourished? Someone give him a protein bar, man. No, I'm telling you, I looked at Shapel. I'm like, can you imagine taking your shirt off? And they're just like, dude.
Y'all the fat kid.
Well, yesterday we were working out, and I haven't benched in years, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Flat bench, I haven't benched in years.
Okay.
So his boy Mark, shout out to handsome ass Mark, he's distractingly handsome. We're benching. I'm like, I guess I'll bench. I was nervous because Mark's strong as fuck.
You hadn't benched in a long time, huh?
Years, dude. A flat bench. I can't tell you the last time I did a flat bench. I'm not around flat benches. And Mark's like,
315.
Mark's like, you want to do 225? I'm like, yeah. He's like, what did you do in college? I'm like 26. So we get on there, we knock at 15. And then he goes, you want to do 315? I was like, I guess, dude.
And
You guys were filming? I was like, I guess, man. And then he puts 315 on. I do it, I think, 4 or 5 times.
So you got 6.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did 6.
Strong, though.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, 6
Yeah.
solid. But then you're like, oh, cool. You guys are doing 315? No, but not like mean. You're just like, oh, you guys are lifting 315? I go, yeah, dog. You trying to
Because
get
I was
on
hitting
there?
chest. To be fair, I was like hitting chest and arms, and I was like, oh, that's already loaded. I was warmed up. I was like, let me jump in there.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I was like, I'll probably get like 8 or 9.
How many do you do?
14.
But like he could have did like 20.
You could have done so. I was like, he could have done way more.
But but he was like, God, you guys doing good, man.
He was so positive and so positive. So
I looked at
positive.
Shapel. I'm like, let's get the fuck out.
Wait, hold
It was
on.
so positive.
Now to the listeners, that's 345s on each side.
Each side, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
315, and you maxed at 6.
But yeah, man, you
6, yeah.
you created a solid environment though.
No, it's crazy. Like, because that had always been the goal, and it's a place definitely where people are, whether they're like super like minded on like their exact goal, like because there's people who want to be bodybuilders or like fitness influencers or like, work on CrossFit or be powerlifters, right? But whether or not they're like on the same path, people seem to really like help each other and like help. Like for example, like there'll be bodybuilders who like maybe need a better bench press, and there's powerlifters who like, why don't you try this? Why don't you try that?
Yeah.
Instead of like dividing and conquering, it's more like let's.
There's
all work
none of
together.
that. And the other thing too is like if you go to other gyms, I won't mention, it's like, it's tough to say, but I'll get harassed a little bit, like that's fighting questions. Like I'm basically doing a podcast every time I work out.
Yeah.
There, nobody fucks me. Like there, again, to our
Everybody's
point,
there to fucking work out.
Like
Yes.
everyone's there to work out, or they have their own shit popping.
Yeah.
Like you always see some swole dude and the other dude's filming it. Like everyone's in their own world doing their own shit.
Yeah.
They have a goal to achieve. They don't give a fuck, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
everyone
great.
is everyone's for sure on their own path, and it's a cool environment because like when you're around and you see other people striving to like be better,
Yeah.
it makes you be like, I want to work a little bit harder.
That's
and then at the
yeah.
same time, when you have people who like, like if you're there long enough, you'll see kind of the same people, and it's not like a weird like, oh, I'm stronger, I'm bigger, I'm whatever than you. Like they seem more approachable, and you can ask them questions, and like they're more than likely to
Oh, they
help,
give me
so.
tips all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're
So
great,
it's I'm glad you guys see that, man. You guys, I know you guys haven't been there for that long, but the longer you're there, the better. And I really hope I can finish this deal with that new building because it's gonna be crazy, man.
Man, I can't wait.
we might be neighbors because I'm
like,
looking at studio
crazy.
space over there too.
Oh shit!
Bruh, come on
we
now.
gotta expand these wings.
Yeah, this spot's crazy though.
Yeah.
This is like a whole compound. Like
Yeah.
obviously we're just in this room and that's what they see.
But we
there's
shoot,
like
I shoot my Showtime shows in the front there, and
Yeah.
then we have the whole bay here where they edit stuff. Then we shoot shows back there.
how
I
long
do
have
my
you
food
been,
truck diaries.
How long
over there.
have you been doing podcast stuff?
Like podcasts in general?
Yeah.
Almost 8 years now.
Damn, that's like OG.
Yeah.
It's almost a decade.
Yeah. Well,
Fuck.
8 was.
That was way before it was popular then.
Yeah, when the first podcast I ever did was Firing the Kid with Brian Callen. We did that before everyone's freaking stepmom had a podcast. Like we were the kind of the first like duo to do it, because before us it was like Marin and Rogan and a lot of people. As far as like comedy duo,
Right.
like especially with a former athlete and a comic, we were like the first. Now there's a ton, man, and they're great too. Like
And you
thank God.
were telling me how when you first got into it, I don't know, you said briefly in the gym, I forgot you said that like you
when I was fighting,
yeah,
so
you got more interaction.
Yeah, like I was going. I remember I was fighting Andre Arlovsky, and then especially at the time there wasn't a Reebok deal in the UFC, so I was always the guy that made a lot of money off endorsements. And then me and Brian would start doing podcast merch. I made an Abbott Kenny Fight Club shirt. It was like a wild card boxing shirt, but said Abbott Kenny with a coffee cup on it.
Right.
Fight Club. It looked ridiculous. And Abbott
Yeah.
Kenny, if you've never been to California, it's like the most like posh neighborhood. So it's a fight club in this posh neighborhood that we just made up. And it was a group of comics that we always hung around there and got coffee.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're the Abbott Kenny Fight Club. So I made that shirt. And then my manager's like, hey, I got this deal for 50 grand for Echo or Venom or something. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to rock my own shit. And he's like, I feel like it's a bad idea. I'm like, nah, I'm going to rock my own shit, man.
Yes, fuck it.
And then I was like the first one to rock my own shirt. And then I walked out and those shirts fucking flew off the shelf.
Damn.
And so, yeah, because you were telling me you got more almost like engagement from like your audience of people who are watching and interested in you from like podcasting than you did from fighting, right?
Yeah, I had no clue. You know, the hats off to Brian because he was the one that wanted to do the podcast. And then I was going to the airport to Vancouver to fight Andrei Arlovsky, and the TSA was like, "Oh, what's up, Big Brown?" They're calling me like nicknames from the podcast, not fighting. They're like, "Oh, what's up, Big Brown? Oh, what's up, Big Boy?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What?"
That's so.
And they're like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "Well, don't you know? Like, I'm going. Look at my social media. I'm going to fight Andrei Arlovsky
And they know
at
more about the
UFC." And they're
podcast.
like, "For real?" I'm like, "Yeah. How do you know me?" They're like, "Oh, we're finally kid fans, man." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah,
so
that's
there,
crazy.
it's just started to like. I'm like, "Ah, man, this might be what I need to do.
Yeah.
Focus on."
Yeah. And did you like just focus on it fully, or you were like? Did you
I was
try
like
to-
1 foot in, but I was always like, you know, fighters really weren't doing. I was talking about the process of like training camp and the nerves and the guy I was fighting like on the podcast leading up to the fight.
Okay.
So then people were rallying behind me because they were listening to me on this instead of just a countdown video, which I did those, but they would listen to this. So they cared more about me.
Makes sense.
And then, eventually, you know, again, it's early stages of podcasting, even checks from advertising on the podcast. I got beat up by Travis Brown my last fight. And then I got the check for getting punched in the face, and I got the check for being funny on the podcast. I was like, well this one's bigger. I want to do this.
Yeah.
I'll see you later.
That makes sense, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Crazy. Thank God. Thank fucking God. You've always wanted to own a gym?
Yeah, man. Since I was a kid, I didn't think it was gonna be like. Truthfully, when I first was opening this gym, I was opening this gym, Zoo Culture, because I was getting kicked out of other gyms because the kind of content I was filming was just kind of like random, or like, you know, I was lifting girls, I was doing kind of crazy shit, and I would get kicked out of gyms a lot. And so I started to get a big social media following, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna open a gym. And originally when I was a kid, I thought I was gonna open a gym and open like just a training studio, because I didn't know that social media was gonna be a thing when I was growing up. It wasn't a thing, right? I'm 31. So when I was like 15, 16, 17, I thought, oh, I want to maybe move to LA and like train celebrities and like have like a box, maybe like a little bit bigger than this.
Like a private studio.
And train people. Yeah. And then over the years of like doing social media and like engaging, interacting like in person and online, but mostly from in person, like going to these big conventions, expos, and meeting people and talking to people and realizing like, because I was kind of unique in that I didn't just make fitness content where I was like work out and do these sets and reps. I kind of made content where I would talk a little bit more about like my life and where I've been in my
your
past and my
journey.
childhood, and like how it's kind of gotten me to where I was at that time then when I was making the content. And then I haven't done as much of it in the past like years, maybe 2 years, but I do it every so often to talk about where I'm at currently. But I basically got to the point where I was talking to people in person. I was like, well, these people, when they would go to like, there'd be like massive lines when I go to like the Arnold or the Olympia, like I would stand there all day and take photos for like hours.
Shit.
The lines would be like miles long.
Yeah.
And I realized like the reason why people really fuck with me wasn't necessarily because like I was like
No, they don't
a
give
cool
a fuck.
Jack
you can do
guy.
it. Yeah,
They were like, we saw that, but then like I saw this video and you know, I didn't kill myself because the way you talked about this.
Yeah, there's something in them that they see in you, and you've gotten to this certain point
Yeah.
where that's why they fuck with you.
So the reason why I'm bringing it up is because I was like, I'm gonna open a gym to make content, and just for that, like I was really gonna open up that space just to shoot my own content because I was getting kicked out of other gyms, and
Yeah.
to like invite influencers to shoot content with me. And then I was like, well, why don't I just open up? Because I realized like how I got there was because of all these people who had supported me over the years. I was like, I want to have a place where I can meet them. And then it was like for like 2.5 years straight, like people there, and it's still today. But I remember for like 2.5 years straight, every day there was someone there from like North Dakota, China,
Flying
Wisconsin,
into-
Australia,
Just to
like
yeah.
to talk to me.
yeah.
To just come and say
That's
like,
because someone it was I can't remember the dude's name and I feel bad, but it was someone from Canada that reached out to me about your gym. That's how I found out about it. Was someone from Canada. It was like, yo, you need to check out this gym.
Yeah.
And I think the person was also like into bodybuilding and stuff. And he was like, yo, if you guys are looking for something in LA, because that's what we were talking about the whole time. It's like he's got to work out at home or something like
Yeah.
that. And then
You know his name? Shout out to that guy.
gosh, I gotta find it. And he listens to the pod, so he'll probably reach out to me.
Think about Chappelle. Like probably 3-4 months ago, Chappelle was like, "I gotta do something, man. I have weights at my house." I gave him 1 kettlebell.
Yeah, I know. Bro.
Is that what his version of weights at the house?
Yeah, like 1 kettlebell and a jump rope set.
It's 1 kettlebell.
And all I had was deadlift at my house
Just a platform
and a bike.
barbell?
Yeah, that's it. So I was
Yeah.
just doing the deadlift like 5 times a week.
What I wanted to say was like the thing, like knowing your story, knowing about you. That's what I thought was cool. Like, you know, you used like these traumatic things in your life to push you, and I've always been inspired by stuff like that because, you know, I mean,
You have a similar story.
Similar story. So it's like, oh damn, it's like when you see someone, especially because I'm not too familiar with the workout world, and then
Right.
you know, to jump into it, it is a little intimidating. Even though I'm a bigger dude, and you know, people just think I could just naturally do, but it still is a little intimidating. Of
course, yeah.
So, but like, you know, to hear your story and learn about you, like it's just like, oh, now I have this like, you know, comfort, and you know, I feel a lot more comfortable to go in and like do something. I don't feel like
You know what it represents.
yeah, exactly.
Like
know
I
what it
told
represents.
Chappelle once I looked you up, I was like, hey, you know, and this isn't a mean way. I was like, hey, you know, he grew up without a dad, man. Chappelle's like, what? I'm like, yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, Chappelle did too. So there's like, you know, I don't think, you know, that's a special, shitty say, fraternity. What you guys, you know, growing up without a father is definitely a special fraternity. You know,
Yeah.
I can't imagine. So, you know,
but to see someone that like
succeeds after
succeed,
that.
because that's a rarity. Like, you know, like not too many people make it out of that. You know what I mean? People, it's a fucking rarity.
It's a
so to see
crutch.
someone with the success, you know, doing it, it's just dope.
Yeah.
It's just fucking dope.
Yeah, I mean, I'm grateful, man. It's crazy because like I'm not trying to get emotional, but I talk
No,
about
you're
it.
good.
I don't know how I didn't know enough. I don't know how your dad you just didn't grow up without a father.
He was in
passed away?
prison.
Okay.
Yeah.
So obviously my circumstance is a little different. Like my father took his life when I was
Yeah.
young, when I was 6, and it's crazy because when I think about it, like, oh shit,
You good, brother?
it was almost like fuck. You know how you say most people don't make it out of it?
yeah.
Fuck, man.
It's okay, bro.
It was almost as if kind of like I didn't, because like when you think about a father figure, your father figure is someone who like leads you, right? Shows you like
No, I'm
how to
feeling
do
it.
it,
Fuck.
where to go.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, shows you where to go.
Yeah, he's like a leader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for some reason, I don't know, when I was really young, like I always thought so much about like what I wanted to do with my life and where I wanted to go, and like because I was so caught up in like what happened to my father and like why did he do that? Because of the way he passed. And it started me very early on thinking about my life and like like I said, what I wanted to do, who I wanted to be, and also got me kind of like a little bit scared and afraid of death. And it's been like a big anxiety in my life, my whole life. But the beautiful thing that I learned out of all this from spending so much time thinking about like, what did I want to do? Was that at the same time, I realized I didn't have the guidance. I realized that there was no box. There was no like,
There's no blueprint for
there
that.
was like, this is what you should do. I didn't have someone saying, because my mom always really trusted me to make good decisions, because for a whole host of reasons, I guess I was just a kid making good decisions. I mean, I made a lot of dumb ones as well, but she trusted me to make decisions, and that allowed me, at least my perspective, to see where like no one kind of told me what to do. Even though a lot of times in my life I was looking for like coaches and like friends, parents, and
mentors.
older mentors. Like when I first got in the gym and really fell in love with the gym, someone that I met when I was 17, and I was like, I really like deeply fell in love with training, because like there was a person there who like was like a father figure to me, who pushed me, who taught me a lot, who helped me get stronger, helped me get better in the gym. And that's when I was like, okay, this is what I want to do, right? But I think if I had a parent, I'm not saying, you know, it's great to have a parent, it's great to have a role model. I think my biggest blessing was being able to see it differently than like, why me, and more like, okay, like, let me figure this out for myself, and there's no structure to where or who or what I have to be. I can just do what makes me happy.
And you have to figure it out on your own a little bit there.
So yeah, I mean, like that could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. I just tried to make it a good thing, and I tried to look for influence, like I said, in coaches and football and like sports, or like I said, friends, family members, and use that to like kind of like teach myself what I wasn't being taught otherwise, right?
And you had brothers and sisters?
Yeah, so I have a brother, I have a stepbrother and a stepsister, and I have a stepfather. He's a great person. He was just is a little bit of a distant relationship. It wasn't like you know.
How old were you when your mom married him?
That was like a year and a half or 2 years after my father passed away.
That's tough.
So, but there wasn't like great man, great person. It just wasn't. It wasn't super close because, you know, I mean, he had his kids and like he was focused on this and like I know he had issues like their stepmom and like all this stuff. So there was a lot going on. But again, great human. Just it wasn't ever like super close, and that was just kind of his character as a human.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
He wasn't very like, oh, let me show you how and this and that. Because
you
like
guys
that
didn't
age,
have that
I was
father and son,
and I was also like 6, 7. Like, you know, I'm getting older, 6, 7, 8. So it's like maybe he came in and was like a different dynamic than if I was like 2.
Yeah. And he also has his own kids to focus on too. Which is,
But probably didn't know what to do.
But man, like the crazy thing though, like this whole story that I'm telling you, like I was able to, I truly believe now, like it took me years and years to realize this, like 20 years basically, because I realized this when I was 26, 31 now. But this was like right when all my stuff started to really take off. And like I said, I talked to these people at expos. That's when it really clicked. And I was like, oh, all this shit, like that shit that I went through, like it made sense now.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's tough, man.
Yeah, it's still tough to talk about. I apologize.
No, you
don't
don't
apologize.
No,
It's just like,
fuck it, this is
fuck,
what we
man.
do.
No,
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
You talk about how you're scared to death and stuff. I think, again, it's fucking awful and so traumatic what happened to you and your father. But I think it's also a blessing that you realize, you know, how fragile life is. For you know, for me, it didn't happen until I had kids. Then the world's terrifying, dude. Terrifying. Yeah, and for you, you learned that lesson, unfortunately, super early on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember like, I would think about that shit like every day.
Yep. Yeah.
I remember I'd be very like, I'd have friends and of course, but like I'd like walk to school and I would like just spend time every morning, like just like replaying this shit in my head. Like, what's the point of this? Like, why am I here? Like, how am I going to die? Like, I was always afraid of it. And yeah, it's still stuck with me today. But I mean, ultimately, like I'm grateful for everything. And I just remind myself more and more, and I've learned more and more over the years that like, it's just about like our time here is just about this.
Yes.
It's like sharing, giving, showing
Relationships,
love. Like,
yes.
because there's nothing like, you know, say you got all the money in the world, you have everything in the world, all the cars, everything. And it's like, and then you die. Like the thing that lives on is like how someone remembered you or the thing that you taught or the things you showed someone else.
I think you're going to be a beast of a papa too, man, once you eventually do have kids. You know what I'm
I
saying?
can't wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bro, you're so positive. I mean, bro, I'm looking at
We talked for an hour.
I know, right? Yeah, he's so
God
positive.
damn,
Yeah.
bro.
We're basically the same guy.
Yeah, the same
but he's just in way better shape.
Bro, I'm looking at him like, oh. Now I got a question for you.
You know that meme where Spider-Man's like this? And it's like, when I walked in, I was like, you we're talking merch, all business and stuff. Yeah.
dog.
Just immediate. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good vibes.
Where are you
It's-
from, bro?
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
I love it up there, man.
Born and raised.
Born and raised?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
went to an all boys high school, Reardon, Archbishop Reardon,
How was
in the
that?
city. It was different.
Yeah.
But then again, I didn't know anything else, right? Like, I went there. It's not like I went to a regular high school.
But I saw pictures of you when you were young. You weren't like a big, like I wouldn't be like, oh, he's a genetic freak.
No, I was
like
skinny.
now I'm like, oh, he's a genetic freak.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
was skinny as
was
fuck.
Yeah, you're a
Ectomorph?
skinny dude.
Yeah, tall, skinny.
Yeah. And then you just started working, like you got into basically bodybuilding, type of bodybuilding. Like you were in what, the physique?
Physique, yeah. I did like the first physique shows in 2011, like when it first came out.
Now it's
like,
popping, but back then you were
Yeah.
the guy in board shorts.
Yeah, like right when it first came out. And
So you guys know, like they're on the bodybuilding where there was like, when you think of bodybuilding, you think of Mr. Olympia.
Yeah.
Well, there's
Other
different
categories.
levels.
Yeah.
There's different categories. Yeah. So there's like physique where they're not like if you think of like Ronnie Coleman's not physique, that's Mr. Olympia. When they're like
Okay.
huge, beefy,
yeah, bodybuilding, classic physique now, men's physique, and then like bikini. I know they canceled a lot of classes. I'm not sure if they still do the women's like bodybuilding, but I think there's women's fitness.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's like basically like different levels of like muscularity.
Okay.
Like more or less.
Yeah.
I got you.
So, but yeah, that was fun. Competing was fun.
Yeah.
It's a beast though, right? Like again, my uncle was in it and it's like the discipline and the food and then, cutting weight to get there. I'm like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, well, the
like
crazy
why are
thing,
you
like-
eating one chicken breast every day?
Yeah, the crazy thing when I think about the whole like the thing we're talking about even with my father, right? Like it permeated like everything that I did. And like the reason I got so like in love with weight training and like that feeling and then like obviously then the outcome was because it was an escape. like straight up like training. Like when I was training, it's like everything else would disappear.
Yeah, you gotta focus.
You know,
on
if you're under the bench press and it's 300 pounds or however much weight is heavy, where it's like you can't think about. I can't think about death. I can't think about my father. I can't think about the issues. I'm just doing this. And so I was like, I wanted to always do more of that. And that's why I found myself like, I would spend like 8 hours in the gym making no money. Like it wasn't my living. It wasn't what I just like, that's where I love to be because those are the people that I love, the people that I love to have conversations with. And that's where I felt like I was able to, at the same time, avoid my problem.
Yep.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So now it's like, now I try and be more conscious of it and like, not avoid the problems, like go into them, think about them, talk about them, share them, like
Address
that's the thing too.
But
Yeah.
when I was younger, it was all about like, let me avoid this by doing this. And obviously it benefited me positively now. And I'm just glad I didn't choose something else, you know?
Yeah.
Could Chappelle, growing up with your father, you didn't like, were you mad? Like I know obviously you had you're
like,
sober now, but
you know,
Is your father passed?
No, he I didn't connect with him till I was 29 years old.
Oh,
I'm
fuck.
34 now.
Yeah.
But it was because I grew up with an abusive stepfather. So like, I was like wondering where my dad was, and I'm like that. Yeah, I was mad that I was like, well, this isn't my dad.
you got two shitty hands.
Two shitty hands,
Yeah.
and then eventually I was adopted into a white family.
It's the greatest picture of all time.
The greatest picture of all time.
Do you have
I
that
wanna
chin?
see this.
It's the greatest picture of all time. It looks photoshopped. Because it's the widest thing I've ever seen, and then Chappelle in the middle. It's the best
fucking
picture
funny.
of all time.
It should be on like a Macy's catalog.
Yeah, it does look like
man.
something in the catalog. But I was just because it's weird. And great, I give major props to my adoptive father. He taught me a lot. But at the same time, there's just this feeling of like, this ain't my dad.
Yeah.
And I was holding on to that a lot. Like I got this stepfather that's abusive. And then I get out of that situation, and then I'm bouncing to these situations, except for with my dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But through just finding that positive mindset, I had to go through. I had 3 different anger management teachers that I had to go through to get a solid understanding of like where I was, and when I found out about what my father did in his past, like the gangbanging and the drug dealing, also, and then at the same time I lost my brother to prescription drugs. So it's like,
wow.
My dad came from that world. I could have easily just wrote him off. You know what I mean? I could have easily just been like, nah, but there's something that just told me to fucking go do it. Just like fucking jump in there and it's like, what do you got to lose? I haven't been around him. Like if he's not in my life, I'm so used to him not being there. So it's like, what do I got to lose?
And he's a better person.
Way better.
He comes out like when we perform in Phoenix or wherever. We even have him on my other show, King and Sting. Like, he's a good dude. Man.
He's a good dude.
But a lot of people are not willing to like make that because it's easier to be like, nah, fuck this, I'm not gonna deal with it.
Yeah.
Because the harder thing is to deal with it.
But I also think with Chappelle too, it's like when other comics, whoever complain about something, I'm like, bitch, do you know Chappelle Lacey? You know the shit he's been through to make. You're talking about a guy who just sold out his own shows.
Yeah.
It's fucking lit.
Fucking dope.
Kind of crazy.
Yep.
Damn, man. That's a big move, bro. That's fucking, that's amazing. Mm-hmm. You came a long way. Straight up.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, man.
He's in Austin, Texas this Friday and Saturday, ladies and gentlemen, back on his grind. That's the way it should work, Like he was my feature for a while now, and then, headline his own shows, man.
Why are we crying today?
It's one of those days.
It's raining out.
It's raining. It's raining.
I mean, listening to Nirvana all morning and shit.
It's fucking tough.
Listen to Come As You Are. Fuck,
Shit,
man.
I'm
You
gonna call
got
my
me.
pops after this episode.
Yeah, man.
I love you, daddy.
So now to Malik. Now to Malik. Now Bradley.
I can't relate to this. My parents love the shit out of me.
I don't mean Bradley.
My mom and dad were dope.
I'm not gonna like, Dad, I'm sorry.
They got divorced. But my dad, I had a great dad.
I gotta get you that. Here's
Sorry for all the times you
Please send that to Jen.
Chin's MacBook.
Oh, man.
Yeah, bro.
But now to Malik,
What?
he claims back in January.
Oh yeah, listen to this shit. I couldn't wait for you to come in.
Now you quietly impressed right now. I was
there's
boxing.
Brad. Hold on, wait.
Look at that
There you
picture.
Oh my god,
It's the greatest picture of all time.
that's amazing.
Also, is your
That's some Photoshop.
also is your stepdad Dane Cook?
I knew you was gonna say that. Fucking, did he start Mr.
Oh
Brooks?
man, you know,
awesome.
Beautiful people, man.
That's
They
a
took care of me.
that's
They
a
took
full
care of me.
house right there.
Yeah.
God bless
Yeah.
him.
God
man.
bless them. Yeah,
Fuck.
they took care of me because I was a fucking nut.
Yeah,
I was a nut, dude, and they rode with me, man.
I love that. I love the youngest one. I love the youngest one.
Oh no, that's my baby. Yeah, that's,
cool
that's
as
my
hell.
baby sister. Man.
You still
She's
talk
great.
to him a lot?
All the time, man. All the time. Like now I just feel like I just got, just a big ass family. You know what I mean? Like reconnected with my biological father made me, think about things like with my mom. For the longest time I blamed her for, being with my stepfather. But I was so 50-50 with her because I was like, man, you know what? Like, but she's never been mean to me. You know what I mean? So it was like this. It's like she's with this shitty dude, but
she's a good mom.
never been. Yeah, she's never been mean to me, and she was always good to me. But it was
You
just
talk
hard.
to her about it?
Yeah,
Why'd she say she stayed? Obviously, easier said than done.
Yeah, he made her feel like she had to be with him.
Yeah, she couldn't get out.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. I mean, just in life in general, like it's if you're in a situation like that, it's very easy to just speak from like, oh, here's where I'm at and this is how I feel, without understanding like truly why someone else made a decision. Like for example, my father.
Yeah.
But because I was always in my head, I'm like, why did he do this? Like, why did he do this to
Yeah.
me? Why did he do this to my family? Why did he do this to my brother, my mom?
100%.
And it's like he dealt with a bunch of other shit in his own life that like I can't even relate to. Right. And that got him to that point.
Was he in some dark arts as Theo?
Yeah, I know that he had severe depression, like physically severe
Clinically
depression,
depressed, yeah.
clinically depression. Yeah, exactly, like where like you have like no dopamine.
And back then, it was just like, oh, he's sad. It's like, no, there's a reason, dude.
Yeah,
There's a
100%.
chemical imbalance.
Like
he's
legit,
dealing
like
with.
real
Yeah.
depression. And then I know he abused drugs, like a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
So obviously you end up there, and But the crazy thing, the thing that, I mean, I'm kind of derailing the point, but and this kind of made me sad, but when he actually took his life, he was sober.
Yeah.
Like stone sober.
Damn.
But he must have his depression must have been that bad.
See, I feel, and I'm not speaking for you because obviously I've never gone through this. My dad was around, but to me, I would almost feel better knowing that he was sober because it wasn't a decision he made under the influence. Like that was his decision.
Yeah.
And and he was of right frame of mind to make it happen. It wasn't like he got all high and was tweaking out and then fucked up. It was like he straight up made that decision.
It's a crazy to hang yourself. That was a crazy decision. Like in my mind, I'm like, how the fuck did that's like,
Yeah, you
nuts.
think about it, it's like what? You can't even. It's like what?
yeah.
How did your brother deal with it? Because obviously,
Yeah. So my brother, I think he wasn't as vocal, like was sharing it.
older or younger?
Older.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes 1 year, sometimes 2, depending on the time of the year. He was born in
Yep.
December. I think it was harder for him to like move past. I know now he's great. I know he's amazing. Like
Is he jacked?
No, he's very opposite of me. He's shorter. He's skinnier. Like he was a hippie. Like he lives in his van.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit!
Dope,
That's
though.
dope.
No, I love my brother.
Hell
He
yeah.
enjoys life, man. Like,
Yeah.
Sends me. He like basically lives in Tahoe in his van and skis all day. Like
Oh fuck yeah!
yeah, he loves
Nice
it.
life.
Yeah, it's amazing. But what I was saying was like it's talking about your father and speaking about my perception of mine. Like why did they do this? It's like there's so much more that could have led to that, and it's so
Yeah.
easy in life for people to be like, someone affects you, and then you're just like, fuck you, fuck that person, fuck
Yeah.
you for what you did, and it's like, it's just not that simple.
Yeah, well, I feel the same way even with my stepfather. Like I look at his life and I go, because sometimes I'll do jokes about it because I've just worked my ass off to fucking be comfortable to speak about it.
Yeah.
And I remember when I first started doing jokes about it, I remember I still sounded mad, and I was like, how do I get out of that? So I took this deep dive and I looked at his life. I looked at the way he grew up. He didn't grow up great.
Yeah.
He was doing exactly what he knew.
That's all he knows.
That's all he knows.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so, I mean, my siblings, they'll still get mad because so I have a brother with special needs. So my mom and him still have to see each other, from time to time to like, help him out with stuff. And, he'll say things like, that he was a good father. Well, in my siblings, they get mad. And I go, no, you can't get mad. You got to realize he really does think that because his father wasn't around. He was there.
He was there.
And granted, I'm not trying to make an excuse for like what the fuck he did, but like you got to realize where his mind is.
Yeah.
You have to kind of drop to his mind to understand like this is what he's thinking. It's not crazy that he's saying it.
Yeah.
You know, because his environment is completely. It's just
You got a lot of work to get there, though. Because I'd hit 25 and be like, what's up, bitch? I'm in that fucking zoo culture.
I'm in that
doing
that zoo culture, baby. What's
My boys got me a fucking 1-2. Why don't you try hit me now?
All you need is the 1-2.
What's up,
I
bitch?
don't know, but I mean, I completely forgive him. Like I don't have a grudge, and it feels great. It feels great that I can walk through life knowing that. You know what I mean?
It's just crazy though. You got there because you went into it. It's easier to avoid it, and then you just have that grudge your whole life.
That baggage.
So like encouraging people, like yo, like it's not going to be easy, but you need to like go into it.
You got to do the work.
You can't just
You gotta
stuff
do the
it
work.
down,
Dude, as soon as you take that full step in that bitch, like you're rolling.
Yeah.
But your other family members haven't?
No, you know they're actually doing a lot better. You know, mainly just talking to me.
Yeah.
Because they hear another side. Because you know they didn't get the luxury of being adopted into a good loving family.
They stayed in it.
They stayed in it. You know what I mean? Like they had no choice. You know, so like I felt bad for that. Like I'm like, man, I'm with this nice ass family, and but my brothers and sisters.
Guilt.
Yeah. Oh, big fucking.
Yeah.
Guilt, you know what I mean? But knowing how my relationship is with my siblings now, like it's like like they've always like loved me and like because I didn't know if they did or not. I thought they like fucking
resented you?
Oh yeah.
Because you're sending pictures of like tuna casserole and shit. And then they're like, dude,
like,
we're
fuck
having
this guy.
cherries and water.
Cheers and water.
drinking water.
I just ate a fucking Tonka truck. No,
They're all flexing on them with food and
we had cut him off a little bit, but Malik, because I want to get to this because I want to find.
He's
I wanna
trying to say he
understand the
gained
logic.
40 pounds in 2 months. I'm like, bro, look at him. Look at Bradley. Dude, I told him, I said, dude, I can't wait for Bradley to get it. I
Wow.
said, even if you're running all the gear in the world, it'd be fucking impossible to gain
2
40
months?
pounds.
Bradley, listen, I'm 29 years old.
Okay.
I was boxing all my life. I know something about weight. You can tell.
I told him he can't come into the gym. You gotta be two something to do something.
That's my-
until you hit 200.
Until you hit
you can't
200.
come to zoo.
I got a whole coat of ectomorphs out there. I'm inspiring them, right?
Don't even give him that merch. Until you hit 200, you can't wear the merch.
Hold that.
Hold it.
Hold on
There's
to
a
that.
box of
I'm gonna hold it for you. When you hit 200, I'm like, here's your
How much
thing.
you weigh right now?
190.
Oh, 190. Soaking wet?
What?
Soaking wet?
Nah, it
190?
rained outside today.
Dude,
but,
I'm telling you, come to zoo culture, you're gonna be like, what the fuck?
that's the real 190. I'm 190 right now.
Like actually?
solid.
Like if you got on a scale?
But we bought the scale. I was 182. Like that was.
But
cool,
you,
so-
in January, you were not 150.
I was
I don't think you were 153.
Dude,
Listen,
if you were 150, I would have clowned the fuck out of you because we were doing this in January.
Chan, I'm gonna send you
You'd
a
have been
picture.
so skinny.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
Yeah, you'd have been
No,
so
you know how
skinny.
thin that is at
I was
150?
thick. Okay. I was 150. Here it is right here. You can't tell me.
Dude, you look exactly the
You
same.
cannot tell. Don't I look bigger?
Hold
on, right here. Right here. Don't look how skinny I was. And look at the date. That's just, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, but look how skinny.
You're
Nah,
not-
I was
you're not
153.
you're not 40 pounds of muscle.
Now
every-
you
Let me see.
now you're looking at it like, hold on. Look how skinny I was.
Let me see.
Bro, you
Look how skinny I was.
Same.
man.
You look exactly the
Malik.
same.
No, stop.
Play the video.
You know how much 40 pounds would be on your frame?
Yeah.
Hold on.
You know
I'll
how
send
big
you
you would
the
be?
Yeah, you be
40
big.
40
way.
fucking pounds?
Okay. I sent the perform. I took a.
He did hit 225 10 times, Bradley. I did see him do that.
And they didn't believe me.
225?
yeah,
Oh,
225
that's
10
strong.
times.
Yeah, they don't believe me.
On bench,
And
bench.
I was 182.
Wow.
I love how Bradley has to act like it's good weight. Oh, good for you. man.
that's strong.
At one-
That's
I was
strong.
trying to help. I was trying to
Yeah,
help.
but we saw him on 315.
I know this fucking-
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not weak, you know?
Yeah, it's
No,
not.
yeah, no,
thank
it's
you,
not bad,
bro.
yeah.
Thank you. And I haven't. Listen again. I don't live.
But I don't know about this weight thing.
No, it's not. That's not real.
Are you serious?
2 months?
153 and
You're
you're
talking to realize who you're talking to right now.
40 pounds.
40 pounds.
Tell me how impossible
Realize who you're
that
talking
is.
to
Well,
right
it's
now,
not. I
Malik.
was 153. Now I'm 190. Like currently right now, 190. So it's 10 pounds. I'm 10 pounds away to come into your gym.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well,
We got a scale there, too. We're going to have to fucking...
He said we got a scale there.
got a scale there.
But before we do current events, Chin, I think what else is dope about your gym, and one of the literally the original reason I went in, I knew you were doing your thing, but then also you kind of fighting back against the city
Yeah.
And, they're trying to, in LA, for those of you that don't live in LA, they shut down all gyms.
All gyms.
Except for Zoo Gym, because you fought back.
Yeah.
How has your experience been with that? Because it's a beast, man. Like, obviously, you're fighting the good fight, I think.
Yeah.
Because obviously, one way to beat COVID is be healthy. And this
Yeah.
promotes health.
Well,
and there's no
man.
outbreaks. And it's a tricky thing.
Yeah, it's crazy right now because there's all these studies coming out too about how like 63% of people who like actually ended up dying from COVID it's more like directly related to health and exercise and like not doing so.
Yep, underlying health conditions.
And like legit studies coming out saying like we should have encouraged people to do that instead of not do that. But
dude, I got a ticket for riding my bike.
yeah, I mean, listen, with this, it sucks because like I can't say so much, but I can say like I definitely
you don't have to.
Yeah, I definitely. It's not right what they're doing because I mean we've spoken about this, man, and it's just this is my simple thing. Like I really just want to stand up and I want to talk to the judge. I want to talk to the jury. I want to ask them like because we might end up getting there. I might go to like a jury trial.
I don't know.
'Cause
I think what's interesting is you're fighting this fight. You're fighting the good fight. But by the time it gets to that, everything's gonna be open.
Yeah.
So what are they fighting for?
That's a good point.
Yeah, you
But
know what I'm saying? Like,
it's
and
just-
then Texas open today.
Yeah.
And you got Mississippi
but
wide open.
You see, fucking Newsom he's like that's reckless.
He's like reckless.
Like
because he. But,
He need to chill out.
but no,
bro.
Newsom can't backtrack now. Like he has to double down on
that's the thing.
why everybody's business.
But this is like
fuck.
I just want to make this the cigarette thing.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah.
This is the thing that I don't understand, right? If we as humans, individuals, we can make the choice, because I don't want to talk about alcohol because everyone's going to be like, well, alcohol, people who are alcohol dependent, if you take alcohol away from them, they'll die. And because if you were an alcoholic and you were dependent on alcohol and someone took it away from you, you couldn't buy it, you'd die.
Yeah.
Like years of alcohol abuse to like take it away, you have a heart attack, your body will go into
Withdrawals,
shock,
yeah.
you'll
Oh,
die,
okay.
right?
Okay.
Granted, everyone else who's not alcohol dependent, then maybe they don't need to go get alcohol. Like if we're trying to determine what's good for people in the public health, right? Because the public health officials are telling me that my gym is a problem by telling me it should be closed, right? But at the same time, like, can they also explain to me, there's two things I want to talk about. Why is it okay for us to make decisions as individuals to go buy cigarettes that cause like the three things that are making people die of complications with COVID? Like most people who die from COVID are dying because of COVID, but because of these three other conditions, which is high blood pressure, diabetes, and cholesterol, heart disease, right?
And those are facts.
Well, those are
Cigarettes
facts.
cause-
Those are like,
And that's the thing. I'm pretty sure you would a person that runs a gym, a facility where people go to work on their health. I'm pretty sure you would look up as much statistics as you could.
well, these are facts.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
this
not
is
telling like
even-
these are their like released facts from the CDC and all. These are the things that are killing people in combination with COVID, right? Those three things are caused by cigarettes, not only to you smoking them, but to people who are around you secondhand smoke. But it's an okay choice for us to buy that cigarette, to smoke it, to kill myself, like to cause these issues.
The government's
that are
giving you that
complicating COVID.
freedom.
Yeah.
And him,
To make that
freedom's
decision.
okay.
Yeah.
But it's not okay for me to make the choice to go to the gym to combat those same three things to defend myself from something that we don't have a vaccine for in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, how is a health official telling me that like that's an okay choice to make, but
contradicting.
this is not an okay choice? Like there is no explanation. There is no rhyme or reason. You cannot make that make
It's
sense.
optics.
You can't make that
Your,
make
your
sense.
business shut down for optics here.
And then so that's the crazy thing, right? Because then it's like we go to court and I'm looking at other gyms because there's some gyms who try to fight back in the same time frame and like they'll have 10 counts, 5 counts, like maybe 15
Of COVID.
of COVID. Not of COVID, it's an 8.77B,
Oh,
which is
gotcha.
saying like you guys didn't listen to us, you're open, right? And then there's other counts where I didn't let people in, right? Which is not letting the health inspector come in, right? But I have the we're not listening count, 8.77B. I have I think 60 or 70 of them now. And other gyms have like 5, 4.
You're also
3.
the most famous.
So that's the thing, right?
They're trying to make an example.
And that's
Because
the
if they do it
interesting
to you, they're like these other you other gym owners that are smaller.
But so
than
pecking order.
Bradley,
For sure.
Look what happened to him, and you're smaller.
But here's the interesting thing, right? But at the same time, in the same county, production, what we're doing here is okay indoors. And it's deemed essential, because it's entertainment, right? So if the way that I built that entire thing was through this, right? It's through entertainment,
Through
like
media.
millions of views on
Yeah.
social media and all this stuff, right? So at the same time that they're attacking me for what I'm like also should be considered essential for.
Correct.
Right? It's just, it doesn't like,
And I've, to your defense, I've never seen a gym with more content creators than Zoo culture.
can't
Like,
sure.
there's so many cameras.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
everyone has their own fucking channel.
Yeah, I mean, there's literally
They're like,
we
they're
have-
like, hey, Matumbo, out of the way. I'm like, what? And then he's fucking, yeah.
Wait, why would they call you Matumbo? Because I'm tall.
no, you're tall as fuck. Yeah,
Hey,
But
Matumbo.
you about to disrespect Matumbo.
Hey, Shrek, out of the way. I'm like,
you're taller than I thought you were going to be.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
But so yeah, we have like there's tons of people who travel from all over to shoot content. All the Raw Gear athletes shoot content. Like everyone who comes there shoots content for the same purpose of entertainment, correct? Right? And that's considered essential. So I'm just like, if they're over here attacking me, like I remember sitting in court and the lady's like, he posts on social media every day, all this, like he's continuing to break these things, and it's like, wait, but then on the other hand, you guys are saying that like people who make content in facilities indoors is okay. But like now I'm being attacked for the same exact reason that like you're seeing the content.
I don't think they realize what animal they're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? They just think, oh, it's like a 24-hour fitness or a Gold's Gym. It's like, nah, bitch. It's a different, what we're doing is different than those other ones.
And it's more of a private gym. It's not like there's just
No.
like a fuck ton of people.
No.
It's like it might be busy, but it's busy like people doing specific things.
Specific things. Yeah.
So it's just,
in hindsight, dealing with what you dealt with, would you make the same stance?
absolutely. Well, because it's
Because financially, I know, I want to put your business out there. I know it's cost some major bucks.
And that's the thing, man. When I want to talk about too, like I'll get comments where people be like, you're selfish, you're an asshole, like close the gym down. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. I would be selfish if I closed down my gym and just shot all my content, let all my people come in to shoot content, and that was it. Because like, what about all my fucking employees who like it's their livelihood? What about the kid who I was when I was 16, 17 years old, who was like, maybe I might have ended my fucking life because I didn't have something to
Or
release
that kid
myself.
can't go to school right now, and
Right.
it's his only outlet is to work out and shoot content.
Exactly.
And that's how he
or
communicates.
it's just trained. Like I was that
Yeah.
kid that if I didn't have the gym, I don't know if I'd be here today.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to take it away from that kid who like I knew that that was me.
Yep.
So there's could be kids in there that I don't know well enough. Maybe I didn't speak to them far enough. Like so maybe that's the position that they're in, or for some reason,
But
maybe not.
those
exact father
dummies
thing, but-
posting those comments, they don't realize. It's like when I was like one of the first comics start touring during COVID, and I got so much hate. And I was like, do you realize when I go into a city that like Houston, San Antonio, that staff hasn't had any form of income in months. And when I roll through there, they're getting fucking paid, man. They're making their rent, they're making their mortgage, they're feeding their kids.
Well, let's talk about this, right? Like, number one, there is zero actual spread of COVID in my gym. There's no issue. No one's ever come back and said this. No one said their family members, someone I know. Like, no one's ever come
There's
in.
no
issue.
evidence
But
of that, correct.
at the same time, like, if you talk about money, that was the thing that really irked me in the beginning. Was like, look, fuck me, fuck zoo culture, right? I love what it is, but this is bigger than that. Because what about the thousands of business owners who that is their entire livelihood and they work their whole life to get there?
That's all they have.
And the government goes, you're not essential. Good luck. So what about someone's bills, medical bills? Who knows? Their kid has cancer. Maybe they're paying for chemo. Like, what about all that stuff? So now that guy's life and his mortgage and his wife and his family and his kid who's dealing with this it's just not as important as someone who could die from COVID over here. But that kid can die from cancer. And that guy might kill himself when his kid dies from cancer, shoot himself in the fucking
don't
head.
care.
So those lives don't matter.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how are you deciding what's essential for someone else?
Yep. Yeah.
Like that's the fucked up part. And right when I saw that, and then you start seeing you start reading about how like all the big CEOs stepped down, sold all their shares when right before the shit plummeted. Like they knew the shit was coming, all the stocks going down, and then bought their shit back. But we all like that's okay. Like we're gonna play this game. We're like, no,
the
that
blue
guy's life's
collar
not
business
valuable.
owner got fucked.
Like that's the fucked up thing is like I could have closed all my shit and just filmed my content and been like, fuck this. I'm just gonna like ride this out. Like because I didn't need the income. The gym has been the biggest liability in my life for me.
For sure.
Lawsuits, paying employee, all this stuff. I'm paying the most. Like the most money comes out of that gym.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not over here banking money on the gym. And now it's like I could have closed all that down and incurred way less liability. But then it's like, what about all the people who really need it? And then standing for the people who don't stand and can't stand because they don't have enough money because the city goes, here's a fine, here's a fine, here's a fine, close
They
down.
scare them and shut them down.
Yeah, and now they're like, now their life is fucked. Like everything, like their livelihood is gone.
I
Like
just
my
think-
livelihood was different.
Yeah, you'd be fine no matter what. Obviously, you're not relying on the membership at Zoo Culture
Yeah.
to pay your bills. I think what's interesting is things start opening. Texas, Mississippi, Florida supposed to happen soon. Even LA, from what I hear, is going to start opening up more and more and more.
Yeah.
So by the time you get to this, it's like, what are we arguing? Now that we have more facts, it's going to be tough for what ground they're going to stand on. Because a lot of those things are coming after you for, we know from science and just experience now through this COVID period that a lot of that stuff isn't
Well,
real.
there's literally no proof. Like how, if I go to trial, how are they going to prove that there has been ever a problem in the gym?
Yeah.
There's no
where's
proof of
the
it.
problem?
and that's why the city's being sued by a lot of people.
I mean, listen, I'm not saying that I'm not going to be behind that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to be there
No,
as
you're-
well.
you're
Because
fighting a
I'm
good
like,
fight, man.
I've spent 3 months, we operated with a generator because they came and literally turned our power off.
What?
Oh wow.
So we operated with a generator every day for 3 months. So I at least want that $7,000 back a month.
That's a
They
lot.
fucking took me that goddamn gas money. You know, because we were filling the generator. I at
let me
least
get
want that
that
back. Like,
$7,000.
I know about generators
and
it
it's
hurt.
stupid. It's principle shit.
and you document it all on your YouTube channel too. Like you go into court. It's funny because
Yeah.
you went to. I saw that video. You went to court. You came out. There's like fans with fucking
Yeah.
cameras and shit.
Yeah, but like I
Just all
honestly-
these like super protein bros.
Fight the good fight. I haven't said a lot about it, you
Are you
know, because
serious?
like I don't want to. This is the crazy thing, man. When I first started saying this was, I just got to say this because you know what, fuck it, it just bothers me and I have to say it.
Sure.
When I first started posting, like I made a series of posts talking about how like, you know, the loans came out and like, you know, big multi-million-dollar companies got these loans. Like I think like maybe 30% of businesses that need it got the actual loans.
Yeah.
But then the actual loans that you got were like, they were only subsidizing like 70% of what the employees should make.
Yep.
Like payroll, right?
Yeah.
But not utilities, not expenses, nothing, right? So like imagine you're a business owner, you get this loan. Because I applied for this and I read all the things and I talked to my accountant, what can I pay for, right? I can only pay for 70% of what the employees should make. So imagine I'm a business owner and I pay my employees for however many months that is, but I can't pay rent, mortgage, utilities of the business or for myself as an owner, right? My situation is different because I have other sources of income, but imagine you're in that situation where you pay your employees, what business do they come back to when you couldn't pay for your rent and utilities?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then it's like, so I wrote this whole series of like just factual shit, right? On my Instagram. Nothing like saying like, you know, fuck the city. Because like, it's not about that. I was just like, this is what's happening to me. Like, help me make this make sense. I think you pulled it up on a thing. Like you pulled a tweet up.
Yeah.
I posted that tweet like in one of the other podcasts you did. And then I posted like a few like black screens on Instagram where I was just writing these things like, you know, we're all focusing on this, but like no one's talking about all this other stuff, like the ancillary damage that happens because of it, right? And just speaking like kind of like just not general, specific, but not attacking. And then how come I hear from like my lawyer at the time, my other lawyer at the time, that the district attorney or like the prosecutor like saw that and was mad. So it's like, wait,
Yeah.
like what are we like? So like now I can't. You guys don't want me to like speak
Voice.
Free speech?
Yeah.
like the First Amendment?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, so now that's a problem to you guys because
Yeah.
I'm saying these things. Like, it's just like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
Yeah.
what's happening? Like, I'm not saying fuck you guys suck. I'm just saying like, this is wrong. Why is this happening?
Yeah. Explain it to me.
Explain,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, and then another thing, like the whole gyms with the gyms where they're like, yo, as long as it's outside, but then they just put it inside some like basically like saran wrap with like less filtration.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
okay. It's like, what are you guys doing? Like, and I'm like, whoa, what
all
scientist
optics,
told you
brother.
that like that was the right amount of airflow? Like, how are you determining that what's outside, but even though it's inside, what's the airflow? Like,
Yeah.
who's saying that like that is like, show me that data.
I think it's gonna be interesting as you go through this, what leg they're gonna stand on.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
show me the problem in my gym. Show me the data saying that gyms like there's data proving otherwise.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, so what? Like, what's happening? Just
Yeah.
because you said so?
Yeah.
Are they still trying to censor you?
Well, I'm doing my best to like not go out there and say all this crazy shit
Until you get through.
until
you
I
get
get
through
through
it,
it.
yeah.
Because like there's so much more I want to say, man. But it's just like, fuck. It's like what's happening? Like
Yeah.
I'm just so confused.
Well,
I like if they, man,
You're
if they
fighting the
proved
good
it-
fight, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
You're doing it.
I just feel this. If they were really serious about COVID being a really big issue, like if it was as big of an issue as they've made it out to be, then why do they continue to let people fly and pack planes? I get it, like, because this is protected. I know, I've read about all this stuff. This is protected by like a federal thing, and like they're okay to do it because it's federal. But it's like, but if we're talking about public health, then why is that continuing? Why did that continue the whole time?
Money,
Yeah.
my man.
Like that's exactly.
Yeah, we
And
travel
that's-
all the time, man.
And that's the thing. It's
Never
just like
stop.
that's the thing. It's just like I know what it is, but like what I don't understand is how people don't realize that. Because you get the people who are like, "You're bad. You don't have a mask on. You're bad. Your gym's open. You're bad. You're this," and everyone's just dividing and attacking each other. And it's like, wait, you guys do not see all this writing on the wall?
Yeah.
Like, what about that? Like, you guys you're
Yeah.
okay with that happening because they didn't say it was a big problem, or like
Yeah.
they're writing all these articles saying like, no, it's actually really safe and all this. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's
what?
like,
Like, I'm in a tube, but like
Yeah.
when I go to a restaurant, I got to put a mask on, and then when I stand up to go to the bathroom, but when I sit down and have this in my hand, all of a
Take it
sudden
off.
I can't give you COVID.
It's
Like,
all confusing.
Yeah.
help me make this make sense, and it just it
Well,
doesn't.
again, it's gonna be interesting once you finally
Yeah.
get through it, man.
Yeah.
Good
Sorry,
luck,
that shit
brother.
gets me
luck.
fucking.
No, yeah.
That shit
We
gets
feel
me
you, dog.
up.
No, so I'm censoring myself because I'll
yeah.
pop off, man.
Yeah.
What do you got, Chen?
You like the Jim Robin Hood.
Okay, so this is for you. A bunch of people have been sending this in. The VP of Nike here
Oh,
in the
I saw that.
in Northern America had to resign because they found out that her son has been ordering shoes with the credit card that he set up in her name using her employee connections. He would buy hundreds and hundreds of sneakers, then resell them.
Do you know how much money this kid was making?
Oh my
Here's what's fucked about this. Ann Herbert, who worked for Nike, she's making like $3-4 million a year. Like, I don't know why she did this, but I'm confused. So was he actually getting shoes from official Nike, or was
Yes.
he just buying
Official Nike. So
yeah,
he
but
was
was
going
he
through-
using her discount?
Yes.
Like,
Oh,
wow.
fuck.
Yes. So the story officially, as of now, is that she resigned shortly after they found out because he was actually having an interview done with a popular like shoe publication, and he ended up speaking a little too loosely. And he revealed who his mom was when they started fishing into how he got off his connections. They realized that she's been working for Nike for 25 years.
So he snitched on himself.
Yeah, he basically snitched on himself.
Well, this is
and-
obvious. He didn't move smart either. He had 6 pairs of Nike mags.
Yes.
You know how many-
he was very, very vocal about how he has all these shoes and he's like the plug.
He was loud about it.
Yeah, he was very loud about it, but nobody knew who his mom was. They didn't know how he was getting these shoes. And so when he did the interview, he accidentally outed his mom, and then he tried to get the publication to not publish her name and his connections.
dumbass.
They then found out that he actually signed up for a credit card under his mother's name and then used her name, her connections, and all the information he knows about her work stuff to then get these shoes. He would get hundreds and
Dude,
hundreds
he
of shoes.
spent
that he
132
couldn't.
grand one morning for a launch of Kanye West sneakers.
Yep.
The
But
Yeezys.
how long did this go on for?
A few years. He is
I-
currently 19, so we don't know exactly how long he's been doing this for.
Well,
but it's at
I
least
wanted
like
to
3 or
face
4
for a
years.
reason why I'm taking L's on this Nike app.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That everyone's
Exactly.
so mad. I
Yeah.
never win on that sneaker app.
The
I always
hood
have
got
to
an
buy them
APB
from
on
somebody
it.
else, from a plug or something like that. I take so many L's on that fucking Nike app.
You
We was
get
talking
the
about
shoes.
that in Tampa.
show
I
'em,
see you shook
Shapel.
hands.
Damn.
Show it again. When do you get the camera? When do you get the camera? Oh, can't you see it?
He had to have help though. Like, it
Closer,
wasn't
other way,
just his
other way.
mom.
Other way, help.
Yeah. So it's 19. Like, there's no like, how do you?
But if you
move-
have all your access to your mom's like
yeah,
information,
but at some point, wouldn't that person, the supplier who's giving you shoes, be like, wait a fucking minute?
Yeah,
How come,
Yeah, true.
how come he was never going back to Nike? Like, yo, they're doing this.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
few people like
got you.
why
Yeah,
is
he had
Germany?
an
Why does
insight.
Germany want 8 Nike mags? Like
Yeah.
a shoe that sells for
He could have been
20
paying. He
grand.
could have been paying them off.
Yeah, there's
Like,
other
like,
people.
throwing them a
There's
cut.
other people going to take it.
Yeah, a
But
little
also, that
operation.
mom was making $4 million a year
Yeah, so why-
salary.
Yeah.
so she had
She
to
fucked
resign.
up,
She had to
man.
resign.
Yeah, it's terrible.
People think that she resigned so quickly and so quietly because there's more that will come out that she's worried they're gonna find out. Because people are speculating that like when she found out, she was just like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Like my son did this. It's wrong, but I'm gonna step down for the better of the company." People think that she's trying to cover up something else. Like maybe he did something else even worse with all of her information for Nike. So it's still there's an investigation going on, but
Well, hopefully this means I'll win shoes next week on the
maybe
and this week.
we should pray.
What else you got?
Okay, so a Oregon judge has recently ruled that Miss America, the actual pageant competition, can now say that only natural-born females are able to be in the
What?
pageant. Because there was a transgender beauty queen in Oregon who wanted to then compete to eventually try to compete for the title
But
of
if
Miss
she's prettier
America.
than these natural-born women, who gives a fuck?
They're saying
Like
that
if it's that girl from Vegas, Stevie show, then she might win.
Sounds like, yeah, 'cause it sounds like she'd have to go through like a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God
beat
damn.
the odds, man.
What the hell?
she might deserve it.
Really beat the odds.
What the hell is
Dude, she was born a dude, and then she's just crushing it now, and she becomes Miss America.
I mean,
Yeah,
what a
she
story!
must be
Do
pretty
they have a
as fuck.
picture of her?
wow.
I think you can find it. I don't have it in this article.
And you didn't
Damn.
know.
I swear she
Yeah.
she better not be
She
busted.
better not be bad.
It looks like me with a wig on.
That's Oregon. That's Oregon.
You're funny. You're so stupid. It's not my type. I'm in LA. I have a different type. Miss Oregon.
Okay,
I know you a little bit.
I don't think she was actually Miss Oregon. She was Miss Earth Oregon. It's like a different beauty pageant. So like Miss Oregon, but not really.
Oh, she
Miss
ain't even in
Oregon,
the real
Oregon.
beauty pageant.
Yeah, what are they so worried about?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, she wanted to compete, and so the organization actually saw her.
Hey, she ain't gonna
resume.
win.
Chin her ass off a pig.
Why you
I'm just looking at the
pictures?
I know it's fine. I'm just looking.
She ain't gonna win. Let her compete.
Let her compete.
Hey,
but
I've seen those women. She ain't gonna win.
bro,
But she should have the right to compete.
yeah, fuck it. Who cares?
So if there's some bad transgender, come on. Who cares?
She could be allowed in zoo culture.
What else you got, Jen?
Okay, as you were saying,
You weren't supposed to see that, bro.
as you were saying, Texas yesterday officially announced that they are 100% open and that there's no longer going to be a mask mandate.
Now, don't get it twisted. It's not like if you fly to Texas right now, it's off and pop, everyone's mask is off.
Yeah.
Because all the mayors, can decide. Like Austin's, I hate to tell you, Austin ain't open. So they can dictate if they're going to, the state might say, hey, you don't have to enforce anything, but each mayor can decide. So the mayor in Austin's like, nope, we're still using masks. We're still half capacity. You can eat inside. So it's not like people think it's just like, oh, it's popping now. It's not, especially in Austin.
Got it.
As I go there this weekend.
But it's still better than
Yeah,
here.
sure, yeah, 100%.
All right.
So there is a company who is starting to plan the creation of the first space hotel, and they're planning on opening it up for 2027, anywhere
That's
between a
soon.
3-day weekend to weekly rentals,
A 3-day
monthly
weekend to
rentals.
go to
Or you
space?
can-
This is in 6 days.
Or you can buy
6 years.
or you can buy like a room there,
How do you get there?
a plane, a spaceship.
A spaceship, and then you
spaceship.
dock, and then you get.
Fuck that.
Dude,
Would you do
why?
that? I'm not doing that shit.
Shit lit. I don't
you
care
do
what
it?
y'all.
You would-
Hell yeah, I'd do that.
No, absolutely not.
Would you?
Pros, cons. You ever been to 4 Seasons Hawaii? Yeah. I don't need to go to fucking Mars to hang out.
How
I
long
can
does it
look
take?
down at Hawaii.
Probably at least a few weeks. It really,
get there.
It takes a few
it
weeks.
really depends on
few
how
weeks to get
far
there?
the hotel is going to be.
Well,
up
no,
in
if
space.
it's just like floating in orbit.
Yeah.
Because
Well, they say
Mars takes fucking forever.
yeah, that's why I don't know if it's
6
like
months, I
a
think
few
you get there.
days, a few weeks, or if it's going to be months. As of right now, I don't think they're taking you like way deep into space.
But
It's
also,
actually
you know
taking-
how it is. Like, even if you get to Hawaii and you got an oceanfront property, like, oh, damn, this is great. Look at that beach. And then you move on with your life. You would fly all the way to space,
Bro, I would
deal
feel
with all
stuck.
these fucking
Nope.
variables. Then you get there and you're like, damn, look at the Earth from here. And then you're just in a room.
Bro, you and your
like
girl.
being on
Bro, I'd be like, I want to go home.
Man, you
Yeah, it's like
I
a
want to go
cruise.
home.
you take your
I
girl
mean,
there.
it's just the
I'd be so scared.
the appealing thing
fuck,
about it
that's
is
what-
it's just an experience.
Thank
right?
you.
It's just new.
Yeah, it's dope.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm
Like
out.
a bucket list. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
no.
yeah.
I
I don't think I
got a
could
trip
do it.
out
Pros,
this world
cons.
for you.
And then some dumbass like opens up a window or something, and we all get sucked out.
After now we freeze to death.
Some bullshit.
Too many movies.
You know, some
man.
like you see people on cruise ships all the time. They fall off the side or some shit. You have that idiot.
Yeah.
Like, it's hot, babe. I'm opening up a window.
Freeze to death in 2 seconds.
Fuck, no, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, you're right. I can see him.
I have no desire to do that.
Yeah.
Are
Did you go, Chin?
Hell no.
Yeah.
I'm happy here. There's,
Wait, I'm
there's so
happy
much
here.
stuff I haven't seen here in Earth.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, I've never been to Thailand. Fuck Mars. I heard Thailand's
is?
great.
Thailand's
The
amazing.
food,
Oh my
lady
god.
boys. Like they got some cool shit there.
I said I don't like this one.
Yeah, whatever.
You were crying earlier.
No, I was hoping she was beautiful.
Yeah.
Malcolm's like, she can definitely win.
No,
man.
He was like,
I was trying to like, yo, she can go to
Yeah, I want to go to Thailand, eat the
Thailand's
food.
amazing.
Japan,
I saw it on Hangover.
Korea.
Yeah, I want to go to Japan. They have great fashion in Japan.
The Mario Kart
Mario
museum
Kart
for your
World.
kids.
Yeah.
Damn.
There's so many
amusement parks.
places.
Yeah.
So many places to go.
Yeah, I'm all set on space.
We don't have time right now. We don't have time to go everywhere we want to go here.
Yeah.
So why go there?
Why go to
Yeah.
space? Yeah.
I'm just all right.
All right. Well, you
Hey,
guys
go
talked.
You gonna have fun, bro.
I'm
You
chill,
gonna be lit.
I'm up there.
You guys talked off air about this, but JJ Watt signing with the Cardinals.
Yep.
And then I guess yesterday he signed a two-year deal for like 31 or potentially $31 million.
Good for him, man.
2 years?
2
Yeah, 2-year deal.
Wow.
I think he has like 2 years left. You know.
Yeah,
How old is he?
When I don't know, but 3-time defense player of the year. He's a beast, man. Especially
Yeah.
if he can stay
31.
healthy.
Oh, he's only 31.
It's Bradley age.
Bradley's
But what is that in football?
He's getting up there.
Years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he still has some good time left. There's a reason why.
For his position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's just been injury
Yeah.
prone a little
And
bit.
that defensive line, I can't think of that guy's name. He's gonna be the opposite side of him. They're gonna have a good squad next year.
Arizona?
And
Yeah.
All right. I got to get my Arizona.
Yeah, your
Let's go
boys.
Mesa, huh?
This is an MMA one. So Khamzat Chimaev, he's like one of the more famous up and comers. He's pretty brand new, right? But he's killing it right now.
He got hot last year because he took, I think, like 4 fights and like
Yeah, short
3
span of
months or
time.
some shit. Like kept fighting, and winning.
In
Starching
awesome
dudes.
fashion too.
Yeah, he was like the MVP of COVID fighting. Like he kept fighting, and beating the shit.
Why
out
is
of
why is
everyone.
he done?
So
He
he
got
had COVID, and apparently, like he tried many times to like fight it, but then he's still getting like residual effects from it.
So here's what. So he had COVID, pulled out of. He was supposed to fight Leon Edwards. And they kept postponing the fight. He got COVID, had horrible symptoms from it. You know, he's one of the poor guys that have horrible symptoms.
Yeah.
But then they put him. This is Dana White speaking
Yep.
for this. They put him on this steroid to help him with his lungs and stuff. And apparently, it's some crazy steroid that has horrible like effects, like side effects. And they told him, "Don't work out on it, dude. You're gonna feel like shit, but it's gonna beat this thing. So eventually, you can work out." Obviously, he didn't listen. Gets that shot, and then tries working out the next day and felt horrible. So he's like, "Oh, this is how I'm gonna feel. I retire." He got on Twitter. Was like, "Oh, I retire. I can't fight anymore." But apparently, him and Dana had a conversation, and Dana's like, "He's not retiring. He's emotional. He'll be fine."
So he posted on his Instagram how he just his body's not working the right way because of the illness. So he feels like he has to leave the sport. And then Dana White talked to him, and also Ramzan Kadyrov, who has like a crazy history in Chechnya. He had to talk with him, and then he immediately says, "I'm back."
I think he's just emotional. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Not being able
he's
to
a
perform.
monster,
Not
and then he
being
goes to
able
the
to perform.
gym, and everything's slow, and he feels shit. He's like, "I can't beat anybody like this." So
Yeah.
he just got. He's also young, so he got emotional.
How long does this last, the COVID stuff? Like, does that, because I was reading stuff about some people get it, like it lasts a while.
Yeah, I think everyone's different, man. You would think,
Yeah.
you know, a guy who's in good shape and stuff, he'd beat it fast, but apparently it was really bad for him. I don't know if he had other issues, stuff like that. You know, if he had pneumonia as a kid, there's a bunch of stuff that goes into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he'll be all right. He just got,
Yeah, I don't know when he first got it, but it was probably like a month or two ago.
yeah.
When he got it?
Yeah, when he got it,
Oh,
and
got
he's been
it.
fighting it ever since.
Oh, so it's recent. It's,
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
it's super
recent.
recent.
Yeah, give him some time.
It was like a month ago. He just freaked the fuck out. Yeah. He'll be fine. Guarantee he fights again.
All right, Bill Burr talking about Gina Carano's firing.
Yeah, I heard about this.
You saw that?
Yeah, he was,
What did he
he was
say?
on
I-
her side.
He was on another
part.
pod.
It's a weird time unless she did some truly horrible shit or said overly racist shit. I don't know. I think there's just too many channels, and then you got to do sensational shit. I don't know what the fuck it is. I'm on that fucking show now. I got to watch the.
He's just being super honest about it too.
Yeah.
She was an
that's who
absolute
he is.
sweetheart. I love Bill Burr. She was an absolute sweetheart. Super super nice fucking, a lot of cussing. Super nice fucking person. You know, whatever. And somehow someone will take this video and they'll make me saying something else and try to get rid of my bald action figure. It's how it is. It's fucking crazy times. People just laying in the weeds. Preach, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going down. Later in the podcast, Burr elaborated on his views on cancel culture, saying, now it's becoming like, hey, you made an ignorant comparison. There goes your dream, right? And I look at this and it's like, who the fuck stands up to that? Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, it's an interesting time for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cancel culture.
Yeah, I love Bill Burr, man.
He's great.
He's one of the real ones
What
left.
did she say? Does anyone know what she said?
Oh,
I think it was just
she was making jokes though. Like
No, not jokes.
I didn't
in
know.
her bio.
No, not jokes.
No, not that.
Oh, no.
It was
That's
what she
not-
said.
yeah.
That's an old thing.
She compared to what the government was doing in COVID to the Holocaust. And she was like, there's similarities. Like, they start with this, they take away this, right? Like, we've seen this over history. And people have made those comparisons, but she posted an actual picture. I think it was, poor taste and probably not the smartest thing to do, but lose your job over it, dude.
Yeah.
And then what's interesting is the co-host on that same Mandalorian show years prior made a similar comment, and he's fine. No one fucks with him. But just because she did it during right now, she got canceled.
Damn.
So it's crazy.
Fuck. That show's great too.
Yeah.
She actually came out and said that somebody over in Disney accidentally sent her an email saying that they want to fire her anyways.
This is what me and Brian were talking about. So what she did, I don't vouch for it. I love Gina. I think she's a great human being, and I think it's totally fucked up what they did to her. But I think it was a matter of they're just waiting to get rid of her.
Yeah, that's what she
And
said.
as soon as they saw this, like, yes, we got her. Who knows? Maybe they want somebody else for the role. Maybe she wasn't what they thought. It wasn't a fit. Who knows? But usually those studios, those networks, like they're gonna stand behind. So like if that's Daniel Day-Lewis or Leonardo DiCaprio, I think he'd get fired over that.
True.
No.
True.
Shut the fuck up because they're so talented. With her, they might have had someone else in mind for the role.
Yeah.
They were just waiting for a little crack and like, oh, there we go, she's out.
Easy
Yeah,
done.
that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I saw this on Rogan's Instagram.
Oh yeah.
You saw this too?
I seen this.
It's insane. So a cephalopod, there's a cuttlefish. I guess it learned how to do something where they bypassed one treat and waited a little longer for a better treat.
Oh, wow.
Which is it's a cognitive test for kids.
Yep.
And they were able to wait like 50 to 130 seconds.
Is that he a type of like mollusk? Is he like an octopus?
Cephalopods, so like squid, octopus.
Yeah, they
This is
say
marvelous.
like octopus, like when you're eating calamari, you fucks. Think about this.
Yeah.
They think about like octopus
You
can like
fucks.
feel things and like know what's going
Yeah.
on, and we're just fucking.
I feel bad
dip
about
with
it, too.
marinara, and Chin wants to eat a live.
I
one,
love
you son
them.
of a
I
bitch.
love eating
What's
those.
that Netflix My Octopus Teacher?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I think that's what Jay was talking
The
about.
octopus teacher.
I literally cannot eat. I would never eat octopus.
Oh, man.
That octopus was like a dog.
Once
to this
Jay
guy.
told me about
I
that, my
swear to
brother
God.
Jay told me about that. I'm like, I haven't had octopus since.
Have you watched it though?
No.
Go watch
I
it.
don't-
It'll
It's on Netflix?
Yes,
it's still on
It's amazing. It's legit dope, but it'll make you feel like it's a dog.
Well, when I was in Hawaii, I was snorkeling, and we had like a guide,
Yeah,
and he
this
went
is
and
so
grabbed
dope.
an octopus, and I was like, "Oh, dude, is he gonna like be mean to me?" He's like, "No, he can feel your intentions." I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here!" He's like, "Yeah, watch. Like your friend's real scared over there, and he went to go put a friend, and the octopus like went back." He's like, "But you like animals, and you're loving." And he put on me, and the octopus grabbed onto me.
Bro,
like super
if you
cool.
watch this, it's literally that. Like it shows a progression when you first met him to like.
yeah.
It's
the end.
dude, they're so cool.
Yeah.
I don't touch calamari.
But you
I
said
can't
also their lifespan is short though, right? That's why you feel better about eating them.
Yeah, I think their lifespan is like 3 years or some shit like
So that's
that.
Yeah,
crazy,
once,
right?
once they give offspring, like they slowly.
Yeah, 3 fire years, Chin, and you want to fucking eat his face
You want
off.
to eat his fucking...
It's part of my culture.
If anything, 3 years should make you not want to eat them. They
You know
only
what?
have 3 years.
I've gotta
Chin's
watch-
like, very cool.
Bro,
You're a
watch it.
year
I'm
old.
gonna watch it. I have to watch it.
Yeah,
If I want to
it's
eat
a
it,
good-
I gotta
it's
watch it.
If you...
Yeah.
All right, before I eat another one, I'm watching the documentary.
thanks.
Wait, so the cephalopod pass a test that like kids do?
Yeah, and they said not all of them, just like regular kids. Some kids won't pass it, but
Yeah.
the ones that they had in their facility.
I'd be fucking pissed. My kid didn't beat out the octopus.
Yeah.
If you give a
He
kid
keeps taking a small treat. I'm like, fuck. Look at the octopus. Look at the octopus.
with kids, they gave them like an apple, but if you wait like 15 minutes, it will give you this chocolate bar. So a lot of kids, if they're smart enough, their brain starts, rolling, and they'll say, "Oh, I want the chocolate, so I'll wait."
That's
Yeah.
been a popular trend on TikTok. A lot of people do that with their kids. They'll set up a camera to film and say, "Okay, wait until like daddy gets back, and you can get a treat afterwards." And
And
there's
leave.
like a cupcake in front of them. If they
This
take
is
a
on
bite,
TikTok?
then-
Yeah, it's dope. And
It's
they'll
like
leave.
parent TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
really?
seen that too.
I'll
Yeah.
do that. I guarantee you Tiger won't touch that cupcake.
What about Boston?
He
Boston's
would
a little
destroy
different.
that thing.
Yeah.
But he also, he's won, so.
Boston.
Tiger beat the shit out of an octopus, though. He'd beat him in that thing. Yeah.
Would you ever do that sliced cheese thing?
No, where people
Yeah,
throw,
they throw
like
sliced
cheese and
cheese
shit
on
on
their
their kid and
faces.
it falls in their face. I feel like it's humiliating for the kid.
Wait,
Wait,
what?
what's
You never seen this?
People grab like slices like, cheddar cheese and throw it at the kid's face and then watch it fall down.
Man, put these
thing?
kids back into school. What
But
the
that's-
fuck?
that's-
No, hey parents, figure
a
some
thing on
other shit
TikTok?
out, man.
I think this was like
The cheese
a little
challenge.
before TikTok. It's just like
Okay.
people on
Is that
Instagram.
government
Watch.
cheese? Or
That's just messed up.
Oh, bro. Oh, man.
what is baby
For
like?
what?
It's just to do it.
This went viral?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It became a trend.
I don't get it.
I don't
How's that funny?
It's humiliating for
I
the
think
kid.
it's just bored parents. That's really what it
They're
is.
so fucking bored. Oh, this is pre-pandemic.
So some kids cry, which is
Some kids will
And
take the
some
cheese
laugh.
and eat it.
That's what you want.
yeah. Okay.
That baby not keto.
Go.
That shit can sound like it
I
hurts.
just don't. I don't get the appeal to it.
Oh, I gotta stop it there.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I'd never humiliate my kid like that.
I think it's the same type of parents who do the Jimmy Kimmel challenge, where it's like, oh, tell your kids you ate
yeah.
all their
All their
candy.
Halloween candy.
and they get their
I'm not
reaction.
doing
It's the
any
same
of that
thing.
shit.
No.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Just
Jim?
fucking with your kids.
Yeah, it's
Let's see. This one here. You always talk about Cheeto fingers. So this girl, she did a home invasion thing where she tried to, I don't know. There's a mom and 2 kids there. She broke into the window and then she called the cops and then this girl booked, and then they found a bag of Cheetos on the ground in a bottle of water.
Mm-hmm.
So then they found her after, they were looking around the yard. So when they looked at her teeth, she had Cheeto dust in
Residue?
her teeth. So they found out that's her that broke into the house.
the Cheeto.
Wait,
the Cheeto dust. Get
Was she
you,
just
man.
hanging out in the backyard?
No, she was hiding. And then when they finally found her,
She's
she
like, it's
popped
not
up.
me, but she smelled like Cheetos.
Yeah, but then they found out she had Cheetos in her teeth.
Yeah.
Red-handed.
If they're the crunchy Cheetos or the puffs, they stink.
Oh yeah.
Good luck getting that off your fingers.
That's why I eat Cheetos with chopsticks.
Oh.
Really?
I don't want Cheeto fingers.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I haven't had a Cheeto in forever.
They're so good, but you feel so shitty after.
I like the crunchy ones.
The crunchy
Spicy
ones, you like the
ones.
puff?
Is there any
Spicy.
healthy? Oh, I love the spicy ones.
What about the jalapeno?
There's no healthy Cheeto.
Oh, actually, no. There's a
What if
keto
he's like-
Cheeto now.
there?
There's like a
be
brand that
good for you,
makes
though.
like keto snacks like that.
That
So there's
keto-
like a hot Cheeto puff, but then it's keto.
The keto cereal, Magic Spoon.
Is that good?
Yeah,
Do you fuck with it? How's your diet?
You fuck with
Bradley?
Magic Spoon?
I've tried it all.
That was aggressive.
Yeah, that's all I want to ask you. Like,
I
what?
like-
what
I like more balanced stuff.
Likewise.
So like, when people are like, oh, I do keto and they don't eat all, like completely, they don't eat this or they don't eat that. Like,
Yeah.
keto, it can be a good diet for a lot of people though. It's hard to maintain it.
the longevity. I did it for months, and the longevity. I don't see how someone can do it for like years.
Yeah, you got to kind of like really enjoy that food. So I tend to eat balanced. Like I'll eat the carbs, I'll eat the fat, I'll eat the protein. I just like, I eat healthy food. You know?
Yeah, you
I'll
eat
eat a
good
specific
food.
amount of each in each meal.
What's
Yeah.
a normal meal for you, Bradley? Like, so you wake up, work out, what do you eat afterwards?
I'll eat like
He's saying a men's health interview. Dude.
yeah, no.
trying to see if
go
you do
ahead.
what I do.
I'll
doesn't.
eat like yeah, definitely.
Hey, let me look. Nope.
Yeah, I'll eat like I don't even know how much rice. How much is in that trifecta rice?
Valley, you got this man explaining his.
2 cups of rice, 2 or 3 cups of rice, and then like two bison patties, and then like some spinach.
Like you're fueling your body. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a good, and then I'll put some like hot sauce or some teriyaki sauce.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
my
Spices.
my dietitian, Mike Dolce. He's like, you got it, because he would have carbs in it. He's like, you need to get out of the mindset that carbs are the enemy.
Yeah,
He's like,
that's
dude, if you have
wrong.
good carbs, it fuels everything you do. For
sure.
So like, I'll have like half a cup of white rice, or I'll have Ezekiel bread with avocado in the morning, like, or grains and oats in the morning. Like,
Well-
he's like, you got to get out of the mindset that carbs are the enemy.
Yeah, I don't know. It was back to Atkins thing was the thing that started people on this like don't eat carbs and make you fat thing.
Yeah.
and also like don't eat past a certain time at
Yeah.
night, which makes you. None of that actually makes you fat. Like eating shitty food often makes
Correct.
you fat.
Yeah.
And
And
eating more
overindulging.
and eating more than
Yeah.
you should more often than not is going to make you fat.
Yep.
Right. So like
That's
eating
my problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's just eating a balanced is always going to make you feel better. Because then because like when people diet, especially when they cut calories, like and they're trying to lose weight, they cut out a lot of like nutrients, vitamins, and minerals that are like
Good
making your
stuff.
body feel more efficient, making
Yeah.
your brain feel clear, and that's why the diets become like, and also like your ability to be full and satiated is like not there because you don't have enough of the things to make your brain say, oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
Right. So you're constantly like, when you cut certain things out of your diet, like carbs, you're like, I just want to eat that fucking those chips, and then
know.
you're more likely to break. But when you
Yep.
have more balance, it's like
good.
it's more sustainable.
Yeah, I've had a balance since I got that Mike Dolce, and I haven't cheated in I don't know how. I mean, fucking 4 weeks.
Yeah,
now.
it's all about balance because
Nothing.
the
Yeah, no
diet game
cravings
is-
or nothing.
It's all about consistency.
Yeah, man.
And if you can't be consistent with something and you do it for a few months and then you just revert, it's like, what's the fucking
Waste
point?
of time.
What's the point?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's the point of gaining 40
It should be
pounds?
like slowly but surely should be your thought, not like I need to do this in a month.
Yeah, it's a
you know?
marathon.
So it's like that's like people always like, oh, I need to lose weight right now. It's like start fucking 6 months ago. You know, like so.
Yep.
It's just harder that way. People like the quick like.
Yeah, it's tough.
I got you.
What you got any more, Chin?
You want any more? Or you good?
We ain't done on that unless
Okay.
you got a really good one.
It's about wolves being killed.
Fucking
How
children.
cool is that?
You want to see it?
Yeah.
About wolves being killed?
Yeah. So
Wait, killed?
it was in the New York Times. Within 3 days,
What the
hunters killed
fuck?
over 200 wolves.
Oh, I thought it was just one hunter. I was really impressed.
no,
first.
but it's
I
not.
thought it was one too. I'm like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but it's still not that many hunters. I guess because they have to do control in this area in Wisconsin, but they went overboard and they feel like these guys are just executing them.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because some hunters just love to kill.
Yeah.
Some. So they think that's what's happening
But
here.
so originally they like pulled back on the protection of these wolves.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you knew that.
Kill a few.
Yeah.
And these boys just went ham.
They went like almost 82% over
Jesus
the killing.
Christ. And now they're back on the endangered species list.
I guess some conservatives say that they are, but I don't know how we could actually tell.
216 wolves killed in less than 60 hours.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Those guys
What kind
went
of fucking
nuts.
weapons were
Wait, they kill them because
Everything.
of control?
Yeah, for control.
At
Because
first.
people still have to kill them a certain amount.
What do you mean? Like control? Like do they mess
They-
up? Like
You don't want too many.
Yeah, you don't want too many in there because
You
you're
don't
going
want
to
too
kill
many, and then
animals.
also they kill like the big like alpha wolves because they'll take out the cubs all the time. So you take him out, it allows them to grow. You know,
But they went.
You need a certain amount of wolves there to kill the amount of deer and whatever animals there that mess
Otherwise
up
you
the
have gator
vegetation.
fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's
Circle
a
life.
balance, but these guys just went overboard and killed way too many. And it made the New York Times.
Now, can you eat wolf or?
Nah.
I think you could eat pretty much anything.
Why are you asking
but
Chin
You
that?
can eat. What, you want to eat wolf? Not a dire
I don't
wolf.
want to eat it. I'm asking. If,
I don't know about wolves, but I've seen people kill mountain lions and eat them, and they say they were delicious.
I think Rogan had mountain lion,
He talks about it, and I saw it on different articles
but
too.
that's a cat.
Yeah.
What
which is
is
strange.
What is
I saw
wolf?
people eat
Be
coyote.
a dog, yeah.
people eat
Yeah.
coyote?
Yeah, people eat coyotes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know it's a dog though.
Canine.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah,
That's where dogs
you,
came
you know coyotes and a wolf isn't a cat.
Come on,
you know.
you know that.
I know.
right?
Yeah, I watched the Jungle Book.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
They only eat them during times of scarcity, so they are edible.
Oh, so it's not like
Not
it's
delicious
Kind of like eating
meat?
a dog. Basically, it's a dog. That's where dogs come from.
and some people love dogs, unfortunately.
I heard pigs have personalities like dogs.
I've heard that too.
That's
Fucking
it's
bum.
such
You
a
okay,
bummer.
Malik?
He's good. Loving that Chappelle.
that he thought wolves were cats.
Yeah, he thought a wolf.
Nah, because you know they run in packs and
So like,
You're alumni at East West Coast, LA County,
we
JUCO.
passed. So you
Your
heard of
teacher's like, fuck.
West LA
You thought
College?
everybody's shirts were made out of wool? He thinks wolves are cats?
I went to West LA. We passed it every time.
That never happened. Bradley, we love you, man. You
Yeah,
changed
thank
our
you.
lives, dude.
Yeah,
we
you
love
really
the
did.
gym.
You guys.
Keep the good fight, man.
I love you,
Oh, wait.
bro.
Yeah, man. You
so
don't know
positive.
him, but that's fine.
So passionate every time he speaks.
Dude, when you get to 200,
I'm in there.
Yeah.
we'll see.
What?
We're going to see what you look like.
I'm 190.
we're gonna
right?
get you.
I'll
on a
talk to the
scale.
guys at the gym.
Honestly, if I had a hoodie on, we side by side, we'd be like a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
bro, I hope you get to 200.
Bro, I'm going to get there.
Yeah,
I got a whole tribe.
But damn.
Ectomorphs.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
I believe you can get to 200. I just don't believe the whole.
No, I don't think you put 40
153.
pounds on. And I don't
I believe
care.
you can get to 200.
Yeah, I don't.
We work with each other every day. I was
You look
small.
exactly the same, dude.
Okay.
And that's whatever.
okay.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. Go see Shapel Lacey this Friday and Saturday, Austin, Texas, Vulcan Gas Company.
Yeah,
one
only
show Friday, one show Saturday?
One show Friday, one show Saturday. So
You signing off right now?
Yeah, what do you got,
I
dog?
just want to say one thing. I want to say thank you. Obviously, you weren't there, so sorry. These two guys off camera are really fucking genuine and very, very good people. You guys are real fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
straight up.
thank
Like
you. Yeah,
cameras
we love
and everything
you, man.
aside, like
Yeah.
I just want you guys, the fans, to know who are listening and you love these guys.
Yeah.
That in person, in real life, like at the gym, no cameras, you guys are fucking dope.
Thanks,
Oh,
brother.
thank
I
you.
appreciate you guys having me come on and showing love.
Yeah,
yeah,
of
no, yeah.
course.
This is great.
Yeah.
I want to add to that. These guys off camera, man.
These guys out there, man, some assholes.
This is real life right now. The hell with them.
I can't say wolves or cats.
Yeah, I
and
can't
shit.
say shit.
I can't say shit.
I make one mistake. I think all shit's mad at wolves. I don't hear the end of it.
I can't say words.
There's pressure on this podcast.
Next week, I'm in Cleveland, Ohio with this crew, man. March 11th through the 13th. Hilarities, Cleveland, Ohio. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Cleveland, come get some. Spokane, Washington. All shows are sold out, so we added a show on Saturday. One show, so 3 shows on Saturday.
How many people go to these?
It just depends.
Yeah.
You know, Get them out.
I don't know. I don't know.
Camera's rolling.
But yeah, it's half capacity. So like Spokane Beach, about 250, 300 a show.
That's dope.
But it's half capacity. That sucks.
You been to a comedy show?
I have a long time ago. At a comedy store. A long time ago. Like when I was, I don't know, 22.
Oh, you're in now, man.
Oh, you're in.
coming.
With us now.
You're
You would
coming.
have, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Can't
Yeah, I
wait.
wanna go.
Yeah,
Yes.
we got to bring you.
Miami, Florida, March 25th through 27th. Yeah, man, we're out there. But Cleveland next week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, hilarities. Tickets at fatkz.com. And then merch, the Thick Boy Nation jacket you see me rocking and the hoodies all drop Friday morning at thickboy.com.
Where can I get that jacket, though?
This ain't for you.
Shit.
Bradley, we love you, man.
Love you,
Yeah,
bro.
hell yeah. Thank you
Yeah,
guys for
thanks
having
for
me.
coming in, brother.
Awesome.